Hi, hello, welcome, good evening. How's it going? Ugh. We are back playing more Stray Gods tonight. I'm very excited. We are in just kind of over the cusp of Act 2, and it's interesting. Hi, Morts. Afternoon. Hello. Right, you're in a different part of the world. That's how this works. I gotta replace this chair. It's not supposed to just do that. Yeah, we just got to Act 2. We opted to side with Apollo. I think that's it. We met Persephone. I found her to be a little too caustic to want to side with, and I legitimately don't remember what we were doing next. But the game will make it obvious for us when we get in there. And yeah, that's a very quick update. Oh, I mean, full update. We, a normal person, were given the powers of the Muse from Calliope, who got murdered, and we got blamed, and we've got a week to prove our innocence. You're watching Muted from a restaurant feels weird for this game, but whatever, evening. Turn it up really loud and let everyone at the restaurant enjoy the game and my banter. Then you can tell them who I am. It won't be annoying at all. In any case, yeah, we're just gonna fire up Stray Gods because I just want to get to it. It's a fun game. Let's just get this started. Hoping to get to Act 3 tonight, but I don't know. We'll see. We will see. Let's just mute that. Go over here. No, it was up here. There we go. Okay, we're on game capture. Good. Continue. Okay, so we got to talk to some people. I should talk to Apollo or go see what Pam wants. Okay. Yes, we finished reading all that yesterday. Do we not want to talk to Persephone? I don't know. You know what? Let's see if she's got anything to say.
As I recall, Grace, when I said stay or leave, you chose to leave. If it wasn't clear, I don't give second chances. Or did you have some other reason for darkening my doorstep?
Couldn't be here for the cool music and a drink? I definitely need one.
Am I supposed to believe you're here to blow off steam?
Why not? Don't you ever? Ooh, here I thought I could drink. Lady, you have my respect and admiration.
You'll have an idol's fortitude in time. Now, however, I need to call...
I wonder, did this just punctuate? Did I just skip a whole bunch of stuff by doing this?
I don't suppose our bonding time changed your mind even a teensy little bit?
And here's the ulterior motive at last.
Can it be both? I like both.
Let me be frank. I need my allies to be all in. You're not, and you never will be.
Fair enough.
One last word of advice before you go. If you want to survive, don't look to anyone else for help. Not Apollo, not Pan, not even me. You walked away from my offer, and I...
Go drunk, you're home. This is going to be interesting because I picked this. I wasn't expecting to do drinking. Okay, so that's just whatever. All right. Okay, let's talk to Pan. Cool place.
I'd say hello, Grace, but I'm afraid that look on your face might be catching.
What is this place?
It's a garden, darling. Surely even mortals have them.
This building. All those people I pass getting up here. Are they all idols?
Oh, at least some of them. Welcome to Olympus, dear Grace. Our home hidden away in plain sight. Marvelous, isn't it?
I've passed this part of the city 100 times. I've never seen this building. Was it always here? Or...
Our Lady Hecate provides glamours that allow certain things to go unseen, such as my glorious horns. Olympus is the same. Those invited see it. Those who aren't see exactly what they expect. It's not anywhere as grand as in the old country, but it serves its purpose.
I don't know, Pan. Olympus seems pretty grand to me.
As if mortals would know any better. This isn't the first time you've been here. I'm sure Hermes took you to Athena's dreary office.
That's here? Huh.
Good one, that Hermes. Almost as dull-witted as the original, but biddable.
How many idols are there? I've met, what, less than 12?
Oh, I don't know, 20, 30. Our numbers have dwindled so much I've stopped keeping track.
I didn't know there were that many gods.
We're not all equally legendary, it's true. Some idols were barely worshipped, others not at all. Indeed, not all of us are idols. Some are merely immortal. Hangers-on, if you will.
Interesting.
Given time.
Idols live here? I mean, Calliope didn't, obviously. Apollo doesn't either.
One must have special dispensation from Our Lady of Wisdom, Athena, before they can take up a private dung heap like Apollo's.
Am I gonna have to give him my apartment?
That's rather putting the cart before the horse, darling. First, you must outlive the week.
Right.
Yeah.
Point. You asked me to meet you here?
I did. As I recall, you owe me a favor that I now wish to collect, if you'd be so kind.
Oh, sure. I'm totally in a position to help others right now. Lay it on me.
Here's the thing. A friend has begged for my help, and you're far better suited than I to offer what he requires. You're a key to reach the reliquary where he resides. You help him, and then we're even. If that's not enough incentive, the reliquary is also where you'll find the lovely Hecate. A sorceress of her power could aid your quest. What do you say?
I mean, we don't really have much of a choice.
This person I'm to help. What does he want? And why can't you do it?
Well, Grace, there are some things you're better equipped to handle than I. This, as I understand it, is a delicate matter of the heart. One that requires a muse's hand.
A matter of the heart.
What, did you think I was sending you to rough someone up? Set something aflame? Don't be absurd. The man has an issue with his love life. Even if you can't help him, I'll treat the effort as worth the favor.
Okay.
This Hecate. Do you think she could help me?
If she's of a mind. She is the goddess of dark magic, the creator of all our marvelous glamours. If anyone can help you, it is she.
And if she's not of a mind?
Then she won't help you. Grace, that part is up to you. I can't be expected to do everything, can I?
What is this reliquary? Doesn't that have something to do with the bones of saints or something?
Not those relics. Our relics. The relics of ancient gods. Magical treasures collected over thousands of years.
Okay.
Books, mainly. We store them in a faraway place so no one unsavory can get their hands on them.
Unsavory like you?
Unsavory like most. It has decreed that these relics are not to be used by any save Hecate and herself.
Oh, the pause on that was
Not a
excellent.
dull waste of so much amassed knowledge and power, but who am I to judge? I'm not leader of the chorus.
If these relics are off limits, does that mean they're dangerous?
Some, but I'm not asking you to chase after any of that nonsense. In fact, I'd advise against it.
But what if one of those relics could help me?
My, such an adventurer you are. It's possible, but ask Hecate first. She
I love how he says
I mean
Hecate.
this with
I don't know.
complete and uncharacteristic seriousness. Is not an idol you or anyone wishes to cross.
Okay.
So that's it? Fix up someone's love life? Nothing trickier than that?
That's easy
The
to you?
way you talk, Grace. It makes me blush.
Well, it's just that...
I trade in willing favors, Grace. If I didn't, no one would want to do as I ask, and then where would I be? I may seem untrustworthy, but allow me to reassure you. If I wish you harm, you will walk into that harm knowingly and with open arms.
What a threat.
That's exactly what someone untrustworthy would say.
It will not take you long to learn, dear Grace, that among the idols there are fewer truth-tellers than there are liars.
Fix your tie.
Truths can be hard, after all. But deception? Deception is as boring as it is simple.
I'll think about it. But no promises.
Marvelous. The gentleman you seek is named
Asterion.
Asterion. Lovely fellow, quite harmless. I'll send a package to your
What do I know
doorstep
Asterion?
that
Oh,
contains
right.
directions and
Baldur's
the
Gate.
key you'll need to reach the reliquary.
I said no promises.
Well, if you decide to go, Grace, you'll still need all those things. Say hello to darling Hecate on my behalf, will you?
Okay. Well, let's talk to Apollo. Gee, still looking
Grace,
sad.
you're back. That's good. I was just about to call you.
He means he wants me to call you because Paul here still hasn't figured out how to use a phone.
That's not true. I know how. I just don't like them. They're confusing. Anyhow, I've been contemplating our list of suspects, and I think Pan is someone we need to consider.
Pan's too easy, honestly. Like,
Why
it's
Pan?
Pan's too easy.
I
He's
thought
got an
we
angle,
rejected
but
him as a suspect.
killing Calliope I don't think would do it.
But I've had time to think it over. Pan is a schemer, a traitor in favors. He always has been. His sudden appearance in all this cannot be coincidental.
I mean, that part is
You think
true.
He could have killed Calliope after all.
I don't think he killed her, though. I
Perhaps.
think he's seizing an
Or
opportunity.
he knows who did and is trying to turn it to his benefit. He always knows more than he pretends.
Wait. You don't like phones?
I just don't like talking to people I can't see.
No, it's the ringtones. They scare the crap out of him. I kid you not.
Frightened. Only a child would be frightened. They're just very loud.
So you put your phone on silent, my dude.
Yeah.
Can we return to the subject of Pan, please?
I actually went to see Pan at Olympus. I guess that wasn't such a great idea?
Spoke to him again. Already.
For the third time. He was at the underworld, too. He wants me to repay a favor by helping someone at a place called the Reliquary.
The reliquary. And why would Pan send you there of all places? I don't like the sound of that.
Uh-oh. Is it dangerous? Should I not go?
No. Perhaps it's best that you do, even if it's just to find out what he wants and why. Aphrodite is holding a party of sorts, one you should attend. She is closest to Pan. Indeed, she knows almost all the idols. If anyone is up to something, she's bound to know.
You know Aphrodite better than I do. Can't you talk to her?
Well, talking to Aphrodite isn't something anyone does with much success these days.
Well, if that's the case, what makes you think I'll
Could
be
he
anywhere?
just... Oh, fuck.
There's a standing invitation for the Muse to attend this party.
I get it.
Calliope never went, so Aphrodite will be thrilled to see you. Trust me. If I thought you couldn't get her to talk, I wouldn't suggest it.
The fact that Apollo is so cagey in all his responses is both infuriating and also fantastic character work, because his whole thing is like the prophecy, right? So he tries not to talk in like absolutes in almost anything. He tries to dance around everything because he just want to say he's scarred by the fact that his prophecies have probably harmed as many people as they've helped. And so to skip around his own ability from like triggering, everything he says is like a frustrating non-answer that you have to read between the lines on. And it's really well written as like both just as it's written and as a character trait. Fuck, is it frustrating?
What do you mean by a party of sorts? I mean, I'm always down for a party, but...
It's more of a remembrance than a party, really. It's difficult to describe.
That's awfully vague, Apollo.
It'll be easier to see for yourself. It's nothing you can't handle.
So, like, there's another example.
Eventually.
Perfect.
He doesn't want to say exactly what it is because he's so afraid that by saying being straightforward, he might be locking people into into some weird prophecy fate thing.
I was hoping you could...
Get over here!
No worries, Paul. I'll see you later.
I'm gonna go the... I want to be able to do both. I hope the game isn't gonna like lock me out of stuff. That'd be annoying. Oh, all right. We just bringing our human friend with us, huh?
Shipping container. I was expecting, I don't know, rats.
Yeah.
Instead, we have. Where the hell are we?
It's hard to say. Weren't we going to some kind of library?
That's how Pan described it. He said it was a, what's the word? A reliquary?
That is where relics are kept, like magic items, like when we played D&D.
This is nothing like D&D.
Freddy's the best. I really love
But
Freddy.
if a dragon came flying out of that mist, I would not be the least bit surprised.
You are such a nerd.
Speaking of, how much do you actually know about Hecate and this idol you're supposed to help?
Zip and Zero.
Do you know anything about this Hecate? It's not a name that rings bells.
Let's see. Well, she was the goddess of witchcraft, the really dark kind.
Oh.
But she's never really portrayed as evil. She was more of an outsider, lived alone, off in her little corner of the underworld. Do you think that's where we could be? Oh, that is so cool. Oh, I bet knowledge is important to her. It could be an angle if you talk to her.
I'm so glad I brought you, Freddy. I wouldn't know the first thing about any of this.
Nah. Well, I hope it's actually helpful to tell you these things.
Why wouldn't it be?
Well, 'cause it could all be wrong. I would have never pegged Apollo for a surfer dude with confidence issues.
Fair enough.
Yeah, good point. The idol we're here to help is named Asterion.
And you know who that is, right?
No.
Should I?
Sexy
That's
vampire?
the Minotaur's real name. You know, big bullhead, horns, lives in a giant labyrinth.
Oh.
Pan did not mention that.
Why am I not surprised?
I also did not know that.
This Minotaur. You don't think he might be dangerous, do you?
Well, traditionally he eats people, but he was also supposed to have been slain by the hero Theseus.
Well, not so slain after all. Pan says he has a problem with his love life.
Maybe he needs to stop eating all his girlfriends? Okay.
I liked how just holding the face.
We should go inside instead of standing out here in the fog.
It's more of a mist, really.
A mist potentially full of monsters.
In we go, then. Are you really planning on doing that favor for Pan?
I don't see why not. As far as
Sweet talk.
new ship of Theseus, who dis?
Freddy,
Very nice.
who are you dealing with?
The master meddler and sweet talker.
I don't see a problem with
I look
doing
forward
this
to seeing
favor
you in operation.
so far.
There's no way at all this could go poorly.
Like I guess I'm struggling to see what the angle is. Oh no, she big.
I guess the Titan thing is literal, huh?
Oh, is she a Titan?
Mortals within the reliquary. Who permits this intrusion, this sacrilege? This knowledge is not meant for the likes of you. I shall grind you into the dust from whence you came.
Okay.
I am really
Strong
sorry if
opener.
I startled you. My name is Grace. We've never met before, but I'm the new Muse.
And I'm Freddy. Big fan.
If I broke a rule, I apologize. Pan didn't mention anything about that.
Hecate was more of a...
You,
I don't know how to pronounce that. God.
Grace?
Yeah? Are you gonna... Yeah, there we go. You gonna get small now?
Then Calliope is dead. Is that now? I thought that was not for another 11 months yet.
Huh?
Wait, what? You knew Calliope was going to die?
No, I am not informed of this for another 11 months and 3 days.
Or I could just tell you now?
That cannot be. It is written. Yes, it's right here. Calliope joins Grace's band. They become friends. Months later, there is an automobile accident and...
It should have been an automobile.
Not
Would have been
what
better.
happened.
Are you saying the books are wrong?
They're wrong about this. Calliope was murdered just a few days ago.
That is impossible.
I don't know what to tell you.
You will explain. We will both sit and you will explain. There will be tea.
Okay, this person is just channeling 7 of 9.
Curious. It is clear
Their whole
something
energy is just 7 of 9.
Something outside the realm of fate.
Is that even
There will be tea is my favorite. I'm almost certain that's a Star Trek reference.
To their source to find the origin of the
It's a Worf, actually.
It may take years of research.
Years? I don't have years.
That is unfortunate. If there is nothing else, I must ask you both to leave so I may begin at once.
Is there no way to speed that up? Whoever's behind it might be the murderer.
Such threads are not so easily untangled. I must consult the Moirai, if indeed they are not the ones responsible.
The Moi what?
You might know them as the Fates. They, or any beings of a sufficiently cosmic nature, have the power to undo the order of things.
That does not sound good.
Certainly not. They are also not beings I can summon at a whim to solve your mystery. I am sorry.
Actually, I came here to speak to Asterion. If, he is here.
A visitor for Asterion? How strange.
Oh,
Oh, he's adorable!
is that a thing? I didn't know.
Oh my god, he's
Okay.
adorable.
He was right.
As if there was any doubt.
My old friend, this is Grace. She is our muse from the line of Calliope, and it is she who asked for you.
Hi there. Can we talk? Somewhere in private?
Talk? What, you and me? Why? What about?
You know, about a delicate matter that maybe you needed help with?
Oh, nope. No idea what you're talking about. No delegates here.
Oh my god.
There you have it, Grace. I believe now is the time when you leave.
But there must be some mistake.
There is no mistake. Not this time.
Are you sure about that? Because I'm not going.
It is written.
Did you hear that? Pan sends me all this way and Asterion won't even talk to us?
There's another Asterion?
Yeah, more likely Pan's got me chasing my tail. This was pointless.
Well, I don't think we're getting back inside. Do you have another plan?
Yeah, let's
I don't
just.
know if my powers will even work on Hecate, but it's worth a shot.
Ooh, a musical number. Do you think this one could be... do you hear what I'm hearing?
Oh, you're still here? I had to run the entire... Oh, that's a long way, innit? I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to send you away, alright? I just couldn't tell you, not in front of Kate.
Kate.
Kate? You don't mean...
Oh, that is so cute.
I heard what you said about Calliope. I can help you. I really, really can. It has to be you. I am so in love with my dear sweet Kate. I just don't know how to tell her. Please, help me tell her.
Are you really the Minotaur? Like, the monster who roamed a maze and ate people?
And is supposed to be dead.
Well, my father locked me up in a labyrinth, but I never ate anyone.
Oh, well, that's good.
Except Theseus. But he was a bellend.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Do you call Hecate Kate? Off topic, I know, but I have to ask.
Sometimes she has to go into the mortal world for a short time and do things for Athena.
Uh-huh. And...
Well, she had to make up a magic disguise, a new identity. And I thought she should give it a proper name.
And you suggested Kate?
Yeah, she really liked it. She said, "Thank you, Asterion."
Oh my god, he's a little buttercup. Oh my god.
let me get this straight. You're in love with Hecate. That Hecate.
Oh, mate, Kate is... She's just the best. Like, she knows everything and she always smells so good. Like, she's so nice to me and she doesn't even have to be. Oh, we got stuck in the tower together because we can't live in the mortal world. I know I could make her happy. Well, I want to try. Oh, won't you help me?
Have you tried, I don't know, talking to her about how you feel? I take that as a no.
I don't have the words.
Oh my god, we're gonna fucking Cyrano this dude.
Knocking over a table, or killing a cat, or talking about how sometimes meat has that grisly texture I don't like.
You killed her cat? Oh, no.
It was a small cat. I panicked. I'm just not good at words, right? Really not good.
Okay, so you're in love with Hecate. What is it you think I can do?
A muse knows about poetry and the heart and how to make words beautiful. All I want is to ask her, but I need good words. Please say you'll help me.
I do this and you'll help me in return, right?
Athena made Kate swear she's not allowed to say anything about what happens at the tower. But she never made me swear.
Ooh.
She never thought anyone would ask. But I'll tell you, even if Kate doesn't like it, I'll tell you.
If I do this first.
If you help me, any trouble will be worth it.
Alright.
Hecate might say no. You know that, right?
Raul the Minotaur and absolutely just
she's Kate.
this is a musical Cyrano. It's 100% what this is. We're categorically wingmanning this guy with Cyrano powers, and I love it.
Out loud instead of thinking it. I'll still help you, no matter what she says.
But fuck, Asterion the Minotaur might be one of my new favorite characters of any game I've played. I love him. He is so
I don't know.
fucking
Doesn't this
adorable.
feel a little weird.
Which part?
Helping him woo her with my powers.
You're not helping him
You
woo.
know what Pan said. You can't make anyone
Yeah,
do what
exactly.
they don't want to do. You can only make them say what's in their heart.
You're basically working on
I
the stage
can't
fright
do.
aspect. Absolutely. Fucking let's
Okay.
do it, man.
I have an idea.
I haven't wanted to do something more in this game.
You do?
Yeah, only Theseus, but he was a bell end.
Are gonna sing your little heart out.
Grace always has the best ideas.
That's a manic face they gave her. I love it.
I'll set up a vibe and you go for it.
We're even hiding under the thing.
I'm more of a dancer.
Just speak from the heart. Be honest. You can do it.
You cast a spell on me.
It's an actual caper.
Literally, obviously. But I feel in summary, you and me.
Is this a Montaigne song? This feels Montaigne to me.
'Cause you put a hex on me. You didn't do it to me directly. I'm not blaming you specifically, just that metaphorically. Shit, can someone help me?
It's okay. Okay, what are some of the things you love about her?
Oh, I love this.
Hecate, with you there's so much to love. Oh, I'm not saying you're fat.
Did not just say that.
Okay, hold on.
Tell her something she doesn't know about herself.
Oh, Katie, to me, you know you in rapture?
Ooh, good word.
Is your pallid skin, your lips are so thin, your love
Oh my god.
books.
You're killing me, dude.
Starian, I have but one thought. Why is it that you seem so distraught? Are you saying you're in love with me?
Yeah.
You couldn't possibly. Really?
Oh, you're doing great. Give it another go.
You've cast a spell on me. It's a feeling that's killing me. But let's say categorically,
Okay, let her speak.
Katie, it's just you and me.
I cannot hide from my reality. I can't help but think it's best that you forget me. I feel so little joy. My want is to destroy. You will come to resent me. I'm truly fond of you. Yet now it appears that you love me. How can you be so sure? What is my allure? Tears are near certain.
I could never make you cry.
It's not my tears I fear. What if I lose you?
Couldn't. Oh, I feel so powerless.
Let me be crystal clear. Do you believe this love of yours shall persevere? Despite all it won't face, it won't disappear. My virtues are few, and if we see this through, the pain that we share may be too severe.
Oh, of course she sings my song better than I do. Help me!
Freddie, you gotta step in.
Me?
Yeah, you're just as qualified as I am.
Hecate, I'd say he's really put himself out there. Now he cannot undo. It's a brave thing to do. Wish I had his daring. Well, I'm saying that I've missed out before. Last chances rushed out that exit door. I could never let my heart be heard. And it's withering.
No.
Now I'm reconsidering.
I have always counted on you.
Okay, I clicked the one,
Honestly,
but she's go. I don't know what
you're
happened.
at my beck and call. I've never thanked you at all, and yet you still love me. I let travelers know which way to go, but it bothers me. My own path I forego always seemed apropos. Yet where has this led me?
Maybe one step across the line will weave its own spell in given time.
The thought with which I must contend is, can I love my best friend?
Yes. Just decide.
Asterion,
Kate?
it seems you've cast a spell on me.
You will not regret this.
Not yet. It is written. You've cast a spell on me. To think I shall have my own story. You've cast a spell on me. And we shall write it together.
Look at his little face.
You've cast a spell on me. A tale of romance and glory. You've cast a spell on me. But do we have enough leather? You've cast a spell on me. Well, that was diverting.
I loved
Felt
so
this
much about
way
that.
The entire time, Asterion, and you said nothing?
I didn't think I was worthy. I mean, look at me. I'm only, half a man.
You have been a devoted friend over the long and lonely years, Asterion.
Ugh.
I only wish I had realized sooner
God,
it could have been more.
so cute.
As for you, Grace, I thank you for arranging this diversion, however it came to pass.
You did manage that yourself, so glad to see it. Yeah, it's weird to how... What I'm realizing with this is you seem to get the most success so thus far by not just writing, I'm going to say color, right? There's like the three things. There's the charisma track, there's the bold track, and there's the smarty pants track. And you seem to get the best results by not just choosing one and just like letting that ride. You have to kind of like bounce around a little. Which I think is interesting. Like, you're not always choosing Paragon or Renegade, you know?
I don't get it. Didn't you know this would happen? Wasn't it written?
Of course it was. It was also written that I would be unaware
You don't
of
even know it?
Astarion's feelings until he spoke them to me.
But you knew that.
I follow the rules. It is written.
Hmm. I'm gonna try and catch a favor.
No, there is a way to repay me. I still need to find out who killed Calliope.
I fear I am oath-sworn to discuss no matters that occur within these halls.
But all I need is...
If there are revelations from my investigation into the abnormality, you shall be informed.
Best I can get.
Asterion, I wish to speak of this further, and find an appropriate outfit.
Hey, wait for me outside, yeah?
All right. You don't even know it? What do you mean, Mort's? Like,
How long are we
the fact that you can't just
It's been a
choose
while
one track?
before.
I'm sure it's fine, Grace. I doubt the Minotaur would break his promise. So,
It's go the long way around again.
You still here? I'm sorry. Kate had a lot to say.
Everything's okay, I hope?
Oh, yeah. No, it was so wonderful. Kate just wanted to talk about feelings and that, which, well, neither of us are good at. Right, so, I suppose you want to know how Calliope broke into the reliquary that night.
she did what?
No,
Yeah, can
I
we...
didn't know anything about that.
Awesome.
Do you mean the night she died?
Oh, well, I thought you already knew. Yeah, the night Calliope died, she broke in somehow. Thing is, we know she didn't take anything or even touch anything.
I just remembered the alarms, and I chased after her.
Interesting.
You chased Calliope, but did you ever catch up with her?
No. If I'd have caught her, I'd have brought her back and Kate would have gotten answers out of her. All I know is that she was hurt, bleeding bad, but I don't know why. I wanted to help her, but she got away in the fog. Then I ran into Medusa.
Wait, what? Medusa? Here?
Yeah. Well, she's not normally here. I think maybe she was chasing after Calliope too.
How could Calliope have been wounded?
I don't know. Maybe Medusa did it. Probably not, though. You know, I never saw Medusa near the reliquary, just out in the fog, so she never even got that close.
So whatever happened to Calliope happened inside the reliquary.
I guess. But we don't have anything that would attack anyone. Especially not an idol.
So someone else. But they did it inside the reliquary.
If so, they vanished after.
What was Medusa doing here?
She was chasing after Calliope too, I think, but she wouldn't say why. I asked.
Seems pretty convenient. Her just out there suddenly.
Yeah, that part's weird. I've never seen her near the reliquary before.
Couldn't Medusa have broken in like Calliope did?
Yeah, but I chased Calliope from the reliquary. If Medusa had been there, I would have seen her.
Did you say the reliquary has alarms? Like burglar alarms, cameras?
Oh, no, nothing like that. It just has a lot of protections. You know, magic.
I don't know magic, actually.
Oh, well, it's just meant to keep the dangerous stuff from being touched. It was set off, so something happened in the reliquary. We just, don't know what exactly.
Those alarms don't go off if someone breaks into the reliquary? They don't detect intruders?
Well, normally nobody does that.
Calliope did. Someone else could have.
Yeah, but the alarms are just to protect all the books and relics. That's it. Whatever Calliope did here, it was enough to set off the alarms. That's all I know.
This is me thinking out loud. Part of me wonders if Calliope knew that someone was after her and she checked the books to find out if Grace was supposed to be the next Calliope and like jumped straight to it. You know? To prevent somebody else from taking her power or whatever.
What relics are there? Maybe Calliope was looking for one, but couldn't find it before...
Yeah, that I'm not supposed to say.
Do you have the golden fleece, the shield of Zeus, the sword of Damocles? Is it suspended?
You know a lot about that stuff for a mortal.
So it's all real?
Or deny any of that. All I know is that nothing got used and nothing got...
You like that idea? I do too. Because she doesn't... Calliope doesn't seem like the kind of person who would just break into here and steal something, right? But she was also a shit disturber. So if she knew she was being hunted or attacked or whatever, trying to get a one-up on whoever's going after her by finding out, like, who the next Calliope would have been, or her own, like, when Calliope dies or whatever, getting that kind of information would allow her to make a move.
How do you know
It
Calliope
seems
didn't
like something
touch
she
or
would
take
do.
Anything?
Kate knows everything in the reliquary, right down to the last book. She's been...
Hi, Starling. Can't stay long. That's it. Come say hey. Well, hey, you just missed a beautiful love story.
And it made Athena pretty mad too.
Athena got involved?
Yeah, when Kate finally told her. Athena wants Kate to keep investigating, but it doesn't look good.
I helped Asterion the Minotaur confess his love to Hecate, and it was awesome.
Athena knows what happened here the night Calliope...
Very adorable and very moving.
Yeah, Kate told her a day or so later, I think. We didn't know Calliope died that night, though.
What? Athena didn't mention it?
Nope. Not that that's weird. She's, well, she's not the chatty type, you know? She came in all quiet and cool, wanted to know who was here that night and what Calliope might have wanted. She swore Kate to silence. Not me, though. Guess she's not as smart as Kate.
This means Calliope came here the night she died. This is where she was attacked.
But we don't know by whom.
We know Medusa was here. She might even have been involved.
Well, she's super scary, but, you know she works for Athena, right? I thought maybe that's why she was here, but Athena said she didn't know about it.
That does seem suspicious.
If that's all you need, then I have to go. Kate will be so mad if she finds me gone. Good luck, Muse.
You okay there, friendo?
We got a bunch of journal entries to read after this.
Thinking about Calliope. What happened to her here? Whatever she was trying to do, she probably didn't succeed. She ran from here, dying, maybe straight to our apartment.
Because you were her last hope.
Yeah. What if she hadn't made it? She must have known.
One thing at a time, Grace. You'll figure it out. I know you will.
I guess so. Next thing is to go back to Pan. Tell him his favor is done.
What an adventure.
Tell Pan I fucking crushed
You're
it.
just lucky, Grace. Luckier than you think. You go do what you have to, and I'll meet you back at the apartment, okay?
Pan!
Okay, hold on. I'm going to jump back to the journals before you conclude that. But, hi, Starling. I know you can't stay long, sorry. But thank you for, stopping by. I appreciate it. But yeah, we're solving a mystery, a murder mystery, and we just did a little side quest, I guess, to help Asterion confess his love. And apparently you can fail that, according to Eno, because Eno didn't manage it. So we got to see that work out, and I'm very pleased, because Asterion the Minotaur is an adorable little Seminole. Okay, so nothing new there. Okay, that was unexpected. Freddy and I went to the reliquary, not expecting much, and said we found from Asterion that Calliope went there the night she died. Not only that, it's probably where she was attacked. She fled from the reliquary, bleeding, and probably went from there to my apartment. It's bizarre, though. What was she even doing there? Asterion said that while she snuck into the reliquary, she didn't actually take anything. She set off the alarms and then ran out, chased by Asterion and Medusa, too. This is really major. How will I find out what happened to her on the inside? Nothing new there. Aphrodite's throwing some kind of a party. Apollo thinks I should go since Aphrodite knows everyone who might be able to help me. It's kind of vague about what the party's about, though. Of course he is. Because he has to be fucking vague. Okay. Despite all his abs and surfer dude looks, Apollo's just like some grandpa who never managed to keep up with the times. At least he doesn't shake his cane at the young whippersnappers passing by his house. Unless he does. How would I know? Hello, Apollo? Yeah. I mean, hey, Starling, so you're gay? I mean, maybe. When you play a game like this, you're gonna be a little gay. But like, everyone's hot, right? Like, our friend is hot, Calliope was hot. Okay, Hermes isn't hot, but they're cute. Aphrodite is Aphrodite. Apollo. Athena's probably the least hot, but that's because she's far more scary than she is hot. I mean, Persephone. Pan, I could listen to Pan say anything. There's Eros. There's Hecate. There's Asterion. We haven't actually seen Medusa yet, but okay. Like, step on me rhymes with Persephone. We got a lot of Persephone stands in the crowd. Asterion mentioned that Athena came to the reliquary the day after Calliope died, tipped off by Medusa maybe? Or by Hecate herself, I guess. Athena swore Hecate's secrecy about everything, but not Asterion, as he happily pointed out. But does this mean she knows what happened to Calliope there? I went so much for that. I went back to the underworld to try and smooth things out over with Stephanie, but I think walking out with Apollo was ending any chance of her helping me. Too bad, because I felt like I was just getting through to her a bit, but there's this wall she has up, and she just won't let me past it. Yeah, sorry, there. Yeah, everyone, all the gods, idols, whatever you want to call them, are hot. Who knew? What are the odds? Neither Apollo nor Persephone seem to consider Pan much of a suspect. He's not a murderer, according to them, even though his sudden involvement is really suspicious. I went to Pan in his natural habitat this time, which turns out to be a giant garden on the roof of a magic office building. Go figure. Anyhow, he's calling in the favor I owe and sending me to some place called the Reliquary, which I get to by using a magic key and finding a shipping container at the docks to fix an idol's love life. Weird, but okay. I guess I assume Pan's favors would involve, I don't know, mysterious things, legal things. There has to be more to this. Oh, this is interesting. I thought Apollo and Persephone had kind of dismissed the idea of Pan being a suspect when we were all together, but Apollo suggests that Pan's a schemer, and we shouldn't completely disregard the idea. Pan certainly does seem like the kind of idol who would be involved in nefarious deeds, I guess. So Friday night I went to the Reliquary to do Pan's a little favor, and wouldn't you know it, there was that's where Calliope was attacked. That's where she was before she went to my apartment. That's quite the coincidence, isn't it? Yeah. I had registered that as well. Pan keeps seeming to like point us exactly where we need to be, which again, I don't think Pan did it. I think Pan has a vested interest in whatever's going on here, and he's trying to turn the situation to his advantage because that's his whole shtick. But I don't think he's the killer. I still think Athena is directly involved in Calliope's death. I don't know how, but yeah. Pan said that Hecate, goddess of black magic, might be of help in my search, and he was wrong, very wrong. What he didn't say was why. She's the giant librarian witch goddess sworn to secrecy about anything related to her extra-dimensional tower fortress thing. Sounds weird. That's because it is. And she is, but she's also kind of earnest and cool, too. She knows the future, but will do whatever's supposed to happen because it's supposed to happen. I'll never wrap my head around that. She wasn't going to break her oath to Athena at any rate. So I had to go along with Asterian's crazy plan to woo her with song. And I'll admit, I'm surprised she went along with it. My power doesn't make anyone do anything they don't want to do. So I guess deep down, she wanted to love as much as Asterian did. I suppose her book tells her how their relationship turns out in the end, but it doesn't like looks like it matters to her much. I hope this means she can be happy, at least for a while. And here's Asterian, the Seminole. Get this, the Asterian who Pan sent me to is none other than the Minotaur. That's right, half man, half bull, but not really the monster all those stories talk about. Actually, I take that back. He's not a monster at all. He's an adorable, awkward, stuttering pile of man pudding who's hopelessly in love with Hecate, and he's desperate for my help to hook them up. Yes. Yes. It wasn't all that hard, honestly. I think Hecate was only 2, and in the end, she seemed happy to accept Asterian's hand once she was assured his love for her was real. And it is, I think. It really is. The two of them are ridiculously cute and weird together. Okay, we haven't met Medusa yet, but we're going to get there. This is interesting. According to Asterian, Medusa was at the Reliquary the night Calliope died, and that's where Calliope was attacked. He says Medusa was out there in the mist and never got inside at all, but what was she doing there in the first place? The Reliquary is not some place you just wander past by accident. Asterian said Medusa is pretty scary. Maybe she's the culprit we're looking for? Nah. Okay, back.
I hope you're here, because I don't know where else to look for you.
Of course I'm here, Grace. Where else would I be but amongst the trees and the wild things? I really must thank you, by the by. Asterian is simply over the moon, and he's already repaid me with this select tome from the Reliquary.
That's why you did all this? Because you wanted some book?
Not just some book, but a tome from the forbidden depths.
I doubt Hecate would be pleased.
Oh, most assuredly not. Neither would Athena, which makes it all the more delicious. I trust you got what you needed. More grist for the mill of your innocence, as it were.
It's quite the coincidence. The place you sent me just happens to be the place Calliope was attacked.
That is quite the coincidence. You must be very grateful.
It's just hard to trust a coincidence that big.
You have no reason to be suspicious. I know nothing of what happened to Calliope at the reliquary. I suppose the question at the heart of this is, do you believe me?
I'm trying
Fine,
to.
Pan, but you make this really hard.
Ah, yes. Doubt. What a fascinating concept, and an excellent reason to hesitate. Alas, it is my burden to be forever condemned by my idle brethren. I've become accustomed to it. Truly. I've never lied to you, Grace, and I never shall. If you're looking for innocence, however, well, I'm afraid that's one thing I cannot provide.
And if I can't accept that?
I know the ad's starting.
You're somehow involved in this?
You'll do what you do, and I'll do what I do, and we'll see.
Can you romance people in this game? Yes. Okay, we're gonna park it here because the ad's about to play. So we'll be back in like 3 minutes. But to answer your question, Starling, yes, you can. There's options to kind of romance a whole bunch of people. Pan is one of them. Apollo's one of them. Persephone is one of them. Freddy seems to be one of them. Yeah, a whole bunch of people. But yeah, I'm gonna hit the button. So we'll be back in like 3-ish minutes. So go get yourself a drink, a snack, go to the washroom, do what you gotta do, and we'll be right back.
Let's move closer to the.
Okay, where's the thingamabobber? Whoa.
Oh, something sucks. The missiles are being launched at me.
Whoa.
Oh, cool. This is all good. I'm dead.
Fuck. Whoa, Jesus. Woo. I've taken cover.
Hey, I'm on Silva. That's fun.
What?
Why am I on Silva?
Okay, where's this the ship?
Oh, this is unfortunate.
Where the fuck is our ship?
Do you not have a pointer?
No, I think our ship got exploded.
I don't think that's a thing that can happen.
Yeah, you're saying that. So,
Just need to
good
get
news, I
some-
found the thing that attacked us.
Okay,
And now it's dead.
that's also good news.
The ship is gone, and there's a lot of debris right where you were.
I am.
I'm
upset
almost
about
certain our
that.
ship got exploded there.
I mean, if all the stuff is on the ground and there's no ship, that is a reasonable hypothesis. I'm dead.
Fuck. Whoa, Jesus. Can I borrow your arm for a second? Can you? Fuck. No, wait. Shit. Hold on. Everyone pretend I didn't say that. Can you lend me a hand?
Nanny the hell?
Wrong button.
That's illegal.
Also the wrong button. Where's my badoom-tish? There it is. It's been a long time since I've pressed those buttons. Anyways, seamless, flawless joke execution. Kind of high quality stuff you expect from me. I don't looking at that, I don't like that. Kind of looks like I've connected some giant dongs to my coal plants, and they're getting milked. I hate that I've seen this. I hate that I said that out loud. But now we're here, and we're all seeing it. And then you get to live with that, too. Anyways, we're running back to base.
Nope, it seems angry. It's about to eat you. Although,
I mean, yeah.
aha,
I'm...
dog it.
What
Let me.
the fuck?
So the dog for me is a hydraulic dog that has a platform.
Uh-huh.
Oh, and he's friendly to me, apparently. So,
Oh, man, I can't wait for you to see my side of things.
uh-huh.
I almost don't even want to describe it to you.
Boss, Captain Thomas Wellmill. He's proven himself friendly to our cause. So, what can I do for you, Mr. Wellmill? I'd like access to the space gate, please. you must understand that favors, like everything else in life, have a price. Stripe, please enlighten Mr. Wellmu what is expected of him. All you have to do is place the package close to their prototype and activate it and leave. It's nothing, really. Then all you have to do is press this trigger. The bomb will then go off and destroy the upper space fabric around it. This package is a bomb? It's not actually a bomb as such. It's kind of like a disruptor device. It's actually perfectly safe to be close to it when it goes off. It won't hurt anything around it but the upper space field. Yeah, I have to dismantle this. Oh, right, I have to drag the thing into the thing. There we go. I should be able to waltz through the security scanner. Yeah, what's up? There we go. Forgot about the wonder box. Alright, there we go. There you go.
Hi, I'm back. Ugh. This game is great. Which game? Which game were you talking about? Was it one in the clips or Stray Gods? Connected somewhat. Listen, I wasn't here for the clips. You're gonna have to tell me. You're gonna have to tell me what we're commenting on. But yeah, Nanny the Hell.
Nanny the hell?
Yeah, it's a soundbite from Paradise Killer, which is also an amazing game. Also a murder mystery detective thing. Huh. It's also one of my first sounds.
That's my cue to go, isn't it?
If you must. There are always alternatives, you know.
I've connected some dongs and they're being milked. Yeah. Yeah.
Embrace what you can before you...
Before I die? You don't have any hope for me, do you? You're just taking what you can get before it's over.
You'll want to find Medusa, I suppose.
She was at the reliquary, but you already knew that.
You'll find Medusa at a dingy little club appropriately named the Viper's Nest. Give her my regards. But do be careful if you call on her grace. Medusa is a hideous monster and should be treated as such.
Huh. Huh. I do appreciate, though, that we absolutely called Pan out there. It was in a quote, I've connected some dongs and they're being milked. Yeah, that was a Satisfactory clip, right? I propose nothing. Fiona Lynch and Epoch, who did the Paradise Killer soundtrack, released a new album. Oh, I know, Martz. I've listened to it. I've listened to it cover to cover a couple times now. It's good. Let's talk to Freddy, actually.
Hey, so what's the news, Miss Muse?
Miss Muse?
Well, does a muse have a proper form of address? I just want to hear what exciting adventures you've been having. Everything else okay, though? Do we know who the killer is yet?
Not just yet, no.
Okay, well, let me know if there's anything I can do. If I have to hustle to become your high priestess, well, so be it.
What are Kaz and Brian up to? You didn't tell them anything, did you?
No, I told them you came home, that you're okay, but that you're having a moment. They send their love.
Should we tell them, do you think?
What for? They have their own problems. Plus, Brian can't keep a secret to save his life, and Kaz is officially homeless.
Is he still crashing on Brian's couch?
Couch.
You do know that Brian doesn't have a couch, right? Just some giant beanbag things?
Then where is Kaz
There you go.
It's cute. They'll tell us when they're ready. But right now, it's best just to not mix them up in this.
Such a good attitude. It was like, yeah, they'll get to it.
I should really apologize about the band. This kind of puts a dent in your plans, doesn't it?
You're right, Grace. How dare you sabotage my dreams? I am so mad I could spit.
You know what I mean.
In my mouth?
Nobody could have seen this coming, sure, but it's always been something with me.
Well, as I see it, there are two ways this goes down. One, neither of us gets back to the band. It was just a thing we
What?
did for a while before.
What, Starling? What?
Built in your name. Or two, we get back to it, and the band now has the Muse as its lead singer. Edge of Elysium becomes the coolest and most appropriate band name ever.
Ugh, I still really hate that name.
You heard blasphemy? I don't know what you're talking
The source
about.
of all the drama and name the band. Okay, that's the rule.
Exactly how much do you know about the Greek gods, Freddy?
I know my Greek mythology, but what I've read clearly doesn't line up with who they are today. Or who they ever were, maybe.
Still might be useful. There's gotta be some truth to those stories, right?
Maybe. Who do you want to hear about?
Yeah, I'll take the
What about
info.
Apollo.
Okay, so the prophecy stuff checks out. Apollo was god of the sun and light, but also kind of enlightenment in general. He's always talked about as this beautiful and cultured god involved with the arts and the muses, kind of a Renaissance man before the Renaissance.
He's clearly had a rough time since those days.
Well, he was also a giant horn dog, Grace. I can list off like a dozen men and women Apollo has had as lovers, and there's probably more.
Weren't they all like that, though?
I mean, Apollo's no Zeus. He never...
Yeah.
assaulted
Yeah, exactly.
anyone
He never
as
turned into a swan.
And no, they aren't all like that. Our sun god had a reputation.
Tell me what you know about Persephone.
Honestly, she's the least like her stories. Usually, she's either a victim or just the wife of Hades, or both.
And that's it? She was kidnapped by Hades, end of story?
Pretty much. Her mother was so angry she created
Hephaestus was a good
winter.
boy.
But otherwise,
Yeah, I wonder
Persephone
if
was
Hephaestus
just
is in
your
this one,
average
or if he's still chained up.
Original fertility goddess.
You're right, that doesn't sound like her at all.
Must be hard to be defined by this one thing that happened to you thousands of years ago. I'd be pissed if everyone thought my story ended there.
I mean, it does kind of read, though.
Pissed. That much is true.
Like, here's the thing. Like, her story being what it is sounds very much like damage control by the gods or the idols, right? Like, because up until then, no one had killed a god before. They wouldn't want that kind of shit getting out. Like, that would be a big problem.
You said Pan was some kind of lust god, right?
Yeah, kind of. Pan's a god of the wild, and I guess that translates into a sort of lustfulness and earthiness, humping.
Yeah, no mortal had killed the god.
So
Yeah, but no god had ever been
honestly,
killed.
He's exactly what I'd expect him to be. All the stories say
Like, that
he's
was
a
the
wretched
first kill.
beast. The Christians equated him
It's-
with the devil.
It's not something you would want
He's
people
also a
knowing.
god who's supposed to have died, though it's never really clear how or why. Anyhow, there's a great statue depicting Pan having sex with a goat.
I know Persephone wasn't mortal. Like, I get what you're saying, Morris. I'm just saying, regardless of who did the killing, at least in Stray Gods, Hades was the first one to be killed. They don't, like, earlier, they don't actually delineate the fact that Hades was killed by a mortal. Just that Hades was the first god to be killed. So, like, yeah, you're right. A mortal killing them is bad news bears, but I don't think they're making that delineation here in the same way. I think they're literally just be like, oh, we can't let people know. If they don't assume knowledge of Greek myth, but also don't force exposition on you if you do. It's totally optional. Oh, yeah, but I love me some exposition. The voice acting and expressions are incredible. The artwork in this game is phenomenal. The voice acting work in this game is some of the best I've had in a game.
Do you know anything about the Muses? Or Calliope in particular?
Yeah, for starters, there were supposed to be 9, though I guess there are some sources that said there were only 4, maybe 3.
Voice cast is top tier.
Had her specialty. Did you know that Calliope is supposed to be the muse of epic poetry? She inspired the Odyssey.
Wow. I don't even like poetry.
Yeah, it was said her singing voice was unmatched. So they got that part right, at least.
Did she also lead the ancient Greeks in giant choreographed dance numbers?
No.
Maybe.
But she once turned a bunch of snobby princesses into magpies, so there's that.
What about Athena? Is she really supposed to be the goddess of wisdom?
Sure, but mostly that's meant as tactical knowledge. Athena wasn't all sweetness and light. She was a warrior goddess. She was also the goddess of heroes. There are loads of stories where Athena helps guys like Odysseus or Jason or Perseus.
No female heroes back in those days?
Yeah, I guess not. Women were the weaker sex, which maybe is why Athena was portrayed as being vindictive. She cursed Medusa, one of her own priestesses. She turned people into spiders, struck them blind, started the Trojan War. It's the whole thing.
Not being as wise as advertised is on brand for her then.
A key point there that goes with my theory that Athena caused this death is the fact that she's a tactician. And Terpsichore was in a musical movie in 1980 with Gene Kelly and music by Ella. Oh, well, there you go.
How many of these gods are there? From what I've heard, lots of idols live around here.
It's not that one,
There are
T3.
tons of minor gods in Greek mythology. Hundreds even, depending on how you define them. Oddly, there's never any mention of the word idols in relation to them. Maybe it's like how people worshipped idols?
I sort of assumed it was related to the eidolon.
Which is a Greek word, but I think it means ghost. An image of someone after they die.
Makes sense.
Me? I'm more amazed at all the big names missing. Not just Zeus and Hades, most of the Olympians seem to be gone. Makes you think about what's been lost. But also, what might still be out there.
You think there might be other gods out there?
Well, there are all those gods the idols say wandered off. We don't know they're dead for sure, right? They could be living it up in Australia. Who would know? Then there are all the other mythologies, hundreds of cultures, each with their own pantheon. So what's so special about the Greeks? That only their gods are real, right? And all those other pantheons could be living in secrecy, just like the idols. And that means
true.
they're hidden from each other, too. Oh, they could be everywhere and no one would know.
It's like a whole other secret side to the world.
Yeah, it's cool, right? I hope I get to meet Ganesha one day. Or maybe Lakshmi?
I wonder how much of those stories are true.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I'm giving you the quick version. There are reams of textbooks out there covering all this, but even they rarely agree with each other.
Really? Nothing definitive?
Ancient Greece.
Yeah, that's not how it works.
Years ago, Grace. Not much information survived all that time, if it was even valid to begin with.
You want a sequel in this universe dealing with some other pantheon? There is a DLC for this game that came out kind of recently, as I understand it. Has more to do with Hermes, if I understand. Trains and Satisfactory is going to be fun. Once you get the hang of it, it's not so bad. I do recommend doing what I did, which was build the physical path and then put the trains on it. Like, build your platforms first before trying to run your train lines. Just make your life a lot easier.
You know what I find weird? That the idols have managed to remain...
12 trains on one track? Bad idea.
Sure, they have
You do T3, but that's a bad idea. Unless you're going to have bypasses all over the places.
Good.
Who says nobody has found them out? The way I see it, it's like UFOs.
Okay, I have to hear this.
Okay, so you could have real evidence that UFOs exist and that governments have covered it up and people still wouldn't believe it. Why? Because they'd get laughed at if they admitted it. Imagine the headline, Greek gods exist and are living among us. What website would even run that?
Weird conspiracy ones. Yeah, you're right. Okay, that's enough questions for now.
You sure? I can talk all day. You know I can.
I'll check back with you soon, Freddy. Time for more mystery solving.
Yeah, that's good. Orpheus and Hermes as a focus. You haven't played it, but probably will soon if you finish this. One of the gods is an imposter? What do you mean? Is that spoilers, Moritz? What are you talking about?
This must be the Viper's Nest. Scariest part of town.
Is there a choice of pro tag? Oh, because they're among us. Fuck's sakes.
Everyone.
God damn it. No, we are Grace.
I'm here now. Just another day in the life of an idol.
Oh, there you are. Man, this place is the worst.
I'm sorry, do you have a Morning Star?
Freddy? What are you doing here?
What, you thought I wouldn't notice you skulking off? You didn't even bring any equipment, Grace.
Freddy, please tell me you don't think you're some kind of adventurer.
I'm sorry. Are you not about to head into a monster's lair at great personal peril? What else would you call that?
You're such a dork. I adore you.
Adork you. Adork you.
Two giggling school chums preparing to face the enemy together.
Pan.
Oh, it's you.
It is me. How exciting, no?
Pan, what are you doing here?
I'm the one who told you about this place.
That might be my favorite exchange in this game. Oh, it's you, yeah. And then Pan retorting with the, it is me. Hooray. Oh.
Why are you really here, Pan? The truth this time.
I need to have some dastardly ulterior motive other than to be of assistance. For shame, Grace.
Yes.
You just don't get it, do you? The act is wearing real thin.
It's true. I am a bad man, and I spoke poorly.
And? That's it?
I'd hope even you, Freddy, could see that advice from an idol might be useful here.
I suppose.
Everyone's just sassy, but charmingly sassy. Yeah, I mean, yeah. These are characters that are written, right? But fuck, that was such a good exchange. Just so pithy from Freddy, just to be matched by Pan is just, good.
Asterion said
So good.
Medusa works for Athena. Is that right?
A truer description, I'd say, is that she's more Athena's servant. Poor thing can't survive on her own. So she's become whatever Athena needs. Spy master, enforcer, provider of garden statuary.
That doesn't sound fair.
It isn't. But keep in mind, Medusa is no helpless maiden. She is as clever as she is dangerous. And Athena knows it.
Vertical trains? Yeah, sure. I mean, it's not like you have... You have a lot of real estate to work with, T3.
Medusa's clever and works for Athena, but what's she really like?
She doesn't exactly come to the parties, Grace. Medusa is an enigma to most of us. If idols hide in the shadows, she lurks in even darker places. She's an outsider, and she loathes us as much as she needs us.
Is she dangerous?
Let's just say we're all rather relieved she stays away.
Interesting.
Medusa is the one who turns people into stone just by looking at them, right?
People, yes. Idols, not so much. Or that's my assumption. I'll admit to not knowing if she's ever turned her gaze on one of us.
Great.
Not the
Is
gays.
there any way to make someone not a statue? If it turns out she can?
Short of Medusa dying? No. Not unless she wishes it.
Interesting. So Medusa can unstone people if she so chooses.
If you have any advice, Pan, I'm all ears.
Well, I assume you know how Medusa became what she is.
She used to be human, right? And then Athena cursed her. Pretty unfairly, too.
Now, however, Athena hasn't the power to undo her own curse. Or so she claims.
That's gotta suck.
Medusa isn't happy about it, no. Yet she survives because she must.
Apparently did not
We all.
cast a spell. Really? Wow. It really had her vibes to it.
Okay, enough talking. Time to do this.
See, that's the spirit.
I love this.
Simply
The
matter of
fan
getting
over.
you in before she's aware you're here.
You're gonna help her do that?
Why not? You're more apt to become a statue than to be any true help.
I mean, that is
Knock it
true.
off, both of you. I have a plan for getting inside.
A word of advice before we proceed. Once you find Medusa, make the number a knockout.
Were there quotations around that? I don't know if we can charm our way in. I don't think there's going to be another entrance. We could use a distraction. Trapper are well versed in quirky nerd musicals. Fair enough. I'm you know what? I'm gonna try and charm my way in.
Boo, 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 boo.
Oh, you're not just going to. Oh.
Sure is. Just watch.
Hi there.
Viper's Nest is closed. Private party.
Yeah, the private party is what I'm here for. Why else?
All the guests have arrived. Do you have an invitation?
Does an idol need an invitation?
Go on in. I'll send word to the boss you've arrived.
Alright, well, I guess that worked. Oh, this is gonna be some fucking, like, EDM track, isn't it?
What a long day, hiding in the light. Such a long day, dreaming of tonight. This sacred bite. Hello, who's that there? You've messed up my flow. Just get your drink, girl, and take your seat. Oh, it's the Muse. There are sacred bites, and then there's this sacred bite. So wrong, so right.
T3, could we not? Like, come on, man. We're in the middle of a song. Please don't do that again. Read the room a little.
I'm warning you. This is something you don't want to do.
Tell me more about me, look at you. A prime sashimi with opinions, too.
Medusa, listen. I'm warning you.
Yes, keep on warning
There's no
me.
rewinding. It's something you can't undo. Can't undo.
It's kind of the point, lovely. Now look into me.
This is fucking cool, though.
Goes freely every time as it tenders, turning jelly as it renders. What'd you say, Grace? You okay, Grace? Where's the game face this time? You are currently experiencing something I like to call the preparation. Any questions or comments? That's right, it is widely known that I can turn folks to stone. But oh, I won't this time. Cause this time I find dine that oozy musy bloods my wine this time. Look into me. Oh, she's looking away.
That hood. Then out came the snakes. Oh, you're so good. Finally, some steaks. Oh, the ice thing. What a difference an actual monster makes.
Oh, oh, we just fucking robbed her on that.
She was mad at me. So,
Well, why was she mad?
she said I'd been bad.
Had you been?
No. Now look into me.
Medusa! Look into your own eyes. Nope. Okay, the phone thing doesn't work on you.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, let's take a look at you. Fan called you hideous. That's just untrue.
Enough.
I'd kill for eyes like that. The body, too.
Don't look at me.
Maybe the hair needs some attending to.
Don't look at me.
Big picture, honey. It's nothing you can't undo. Yeah, you're not a killer. You're much too cute.
You're lost, little girl.
That's not how I expected that to go.
Marries. We both know the cute girl's hue. The killer's me.
Don't know, you don't know.
I do know that you didn't
Kill Calliope.
Aha.
So you know that it's true that I didn't do it.
No.
Yes, you do know, you know. Does that mean Athena knows?
No. Fine grace. I'll take.
Just like fate made you, fate played me. Just like fate
won't see what your eyes see when you look at me. Don't look at me. No, not the bloody charms.
You think you can turn me to stone before I burn your snakes off? I'm betting you can't.
The lighter was my idea.
Hold off, you two.
All right, let's
give
let's
Medusa
back it up a
some
little.
space.
Okay, but
Let's
if
bring
she's
this
so much as
this
wicked
down.
as
We are
torch
de-escalating.
Now Freddy's a thug. Love this for her.
You ready to talk?
Oh, fine, fine. What exactly is it that you want?
I don't know how successful I was in that, but I feel like we got there.
You were at the reliquary the night Calliope was murdered. I want to know why.
Blast! This is why I didn't tell Lady Athena. I knew it would come back to haunt me. I only followed pretty Calliope to the reliquary. I never spoke to her, never even caught up to her. I swear it.
That's what Asterion told us, more or less.
You were there that night.
Yeah.
Yes, I admit it. Ugh, Lady Athena will have my head. She'll mount it on a pike. Whatever you might think of me, I had no part in the Muse's death. I did not even know she'd been attacked until I saw her fleeing.
Asterion said he caught up with you out in the...
I'm gonna take this as a mixed success.
I thought he was the one who had attacked her. He is a great beast of a creature.
Oh, that seems rather unlikely. The bull's as gentle as a lamb.
Yeah, pretty much that.
Yes, I had only realized my mistake once I caught up to him, and by then the Muse was gone.
And you never found her afterwards?
I thought she might flee to her pretty home, or to the sharp and prickly Persephone. She did neither.
Yeah, she came to see me. You haven't told Athena any of this?
Do I need to light things up again? 'Cause I'll do it.
I told her Calliope was at the reliquary that night. I did not tell her I was also there.
Why not? Wouldn't Athena find out from Hecate anyway?
I was not thinking clearly. I panicked. Lady Athena barely tolerates my presence as it is. If she thought I was involved in any way, if she even suspected.
You followed Calliope to the reliquary. Why were you shadowing her at all?
I am Lady Athena's spy master, yes. Calliope has been trouble from time to time.
So you were spying on her?
I keep watch over every idol who no longer lives in Olympus, but especially Calliope. When I realized she was headed to the reliquary that eve, I followed. I had a duty to Athena.
Did you ever find out why Calliope went there?
I was never close enough to ask. When I drew near to the reliquary, that is when I saw the muse fleeing. She was frightened, bloodied, dying.
A tasty snack for you to hunt down.
I gave chase, yes, but to discover the truth. I knew Lady Athena would wish to know.
That does make sense from your perspective.
I didn't learn the truth until later. And then it was far too late.
Why should we believe you? You did just try to eat me, remember?
I am telling you the truth.
Right, and not at all trying to cover your own ass.
You presented an opportunity. Oh, to taste the sweet, sweet blood of a hero once again. It's a problem. I've been working on it, I really have. I know it's hard to believe what a monster tells you, but it is true.
Okay, let's say we believe you. For the moment.
Whatever you do, pretty muse, I beg you. Do not tell Athena of my indiscretion. Show mercy. I know what I am horrifies you. It horrifies me as well. I cannot help what I am. I did not ask to be cursed like this.
Indiscretion, huh? That's quite the word for it.
I cannot apologize for my hunger. I can only apologize that I am so very weak in the face of it.
I'll think about it.
I am a lost and cursed thing. No idol.
You do seem to be an immoral,
I
though.
should learn the truth. I hope you find what you seek, pretty muse. And that we meet again someday. And sing a different song.
Freddy, may I just say what a delight your resourcefulness has proven.
And you're not completely awful, I guess. Pondering the big question, Grace. Do we actually believe her?
I mean, her story checks out, but also we are missing something.
She gave us the same story as the Minotaur, but something's still not right. I don't buy it.
How do we catch her in the lie, though?
Yeah, that's a really good question.
Okay, so that was fun. Grace, I'll meet you back at home.
I trust that little adventure was useful to you, Grace?
We'll see. Thanks for coming.
You're not quite off the hook, man.
Anything I can do to help? Well then, you have a pressing matter of investigation, and I will leave you to it.
I need to put the tax to this guy a little bit, because he was absolutely using us. And we got him to rights on that. So I can't keep milking it, because eventually it's not going to pan. Out. Damn it. Like he's going to present it. But
soon.
Yeah, I just came from a chat with Medusa, and...
You went to see Medusa.
I'm sorry. It wasn't intentional.
But it was fine. Okay, it almost wasn't fine, but it worked.
There's a command for that.
I see. Perhaps
Or not command. I think this is redeem.
then. That sounds like quite the harrowing experience. One that could have gone very poorly indeed.
But it didn't. Oh, good. But it didn't.
It could have, sure.
Perfect.
But it didn't.
This time. Still, you learned a great deal.
You will not boo this man. Here, I'll do it.
Medusa
Wait, is it this button?
The
tragedy.
Nope, not that one. Hold on.
Brings us back to Pan.
Oh no, where's my buttons?
I guess.
Anything
Oh,
else you'd like to
my boo is missing. God damn it. I had a boo on the soundboard.
I'd like to know a little more about the idols. I am.
It's
one,
missing now.
right?
Fuck.
You are.
Oh, I didn't save the... I didn't save it. I know why it's not there.
What are we? Where did we come from? If an idol is a soul that moves from
That's right,
person
Morts.
to person, it must have started somewhere, right?
The short answer is, we don't know. If I think far enough back, I can remember bits and pieces. I remember my first Pythian games, the day the idols split in two over Troy, the day my first son died. But before that, nothing. None of us do. I vaguely recall the very first Apollo many thousands of years ago, but was he the original? Did he appear out of the ether? I couldn't tell you.
Tell me more about Calliope. You and her were good friends, right?
For centuries, we were far more. I was the god of the arts, and the muses were my constant companions. We went everywhere together. They had many names, but the three most common were Clio, Talia, and Calliope. The sisters of beauty, I called them, though they weren't always women.
I never thought of that. Do idols change gender a lot?
Most of us seek out inheritors who are like us, I suppose, but not all. Calliope, in fact, was a man in our previous incarnation. Christoph, I think his name was. A poet Calliope adored. I was surprised when she made him a muse.
Who did Calliope become after that poet, Christoph?
Yeah, he's not the original Apollo.
I realize we're already into the period where Calliope and
I have a feeling most of them aren't, but I have a feeling Athena might be.
She showed up one day in her new form, the one you met. An opera singer whose name she never revealed. We fought, as I recall. I told her she couldn't pass on every time she met an artist she fell in love with.
Breakmaster Jake.
Cheer 100 boom, shake the room.
Came from.
Dutson.
Hiya, Breakmaster. How you doing?
Forget than wallow in old memories like I or the other idols were doing. It was time to wake up and make the best of our situation. Calliope was an idealist without compromise. Always.
Good to see me. Well, good to see you.
She hated what we'd become.
Welcome. We're doing a murder mystery with sexy god people.
Become. She wasn't wrong.
From how you describe it, you and Calliope fought a lot.
As often as we saw each other, which became less and less as time wore on. However, she fought with everyone. Calliope hated the idols being kept secret. She and Athena would get into screaming matches over the rules, and it got so I could no longer protect her.
We love sexy murder mysteries?
She moved to Olympus years ago and kept to herself. I just assumed she was wrapped up with some new artist when I got the news.
Do you regret not making up with her?
Every day I think about our last conversation and what I should have said or done differently. The problem with immortality is that you think you have all the time in the world.
You know, this is me just now realizing that. I know Troy Baker does a gajillion voices and he's like everywhere and all that. But if they were to do a new thief that had Garrett and the original guy wasn't around, Troy Baker could do it without really breaking a sweat. Because he's basically doing it right now.
It wasn't only fighting with Calliope, right? Surely there were good things too.
Is that how it sounds?
Apollo's just got his own look. We're modern times right now, but Apollo's like got a surfer bum thing going on.
Days during the war.
Surfer via Abercrombie.
Gave us hope. She kept Aphrodite alive through sheer determination, I think. Calliope cared. About us, about art, about people she'd only just met. It was her greatest strength as well.
Apollo's been listening to a lot of Led Zeppelin and watching Point Break.
I wonder why
Apollo's been listening to a lot of very emotive music, singer-songwriter stuff.
Yourself, Grace.
And feeling bad about him for himself, honestly.
There's a lot of her in you. She chose well.
Psst. Isn't it strange to not know where you come from?
You do those things? Do you look like Apollo?
Aliens.
Breakmaster? Or Jake?
Interesting.
Jake. I'm gonna go Jake.
The notion that there might be some other place far away where we're the norm is comforting. Sadly, our memories are filled with blanks. There was a war with beings we called the Titans. A terrible conflict where half our number died, yet do I remember a single battle. The last was after Rome fell. Zeus called us together to relay the news, told us to prepare for battle. And then, in the blink of an eye...
You're on the hair, but you listen to Led Zeppelin, go surfing and watch Point Break way more than is reasonable. Yeah, live your best life, Jake.
What happened?
I've never seen Point Break.
We don't know. Athena calls that period the gap.
Cheer 100, what the fuck?
Yeah, your bits still spend. I'll take them.
The gap you mentioned. What was that like? Did you just wake up one day, or...
I know I was alive. I passed on my Eidolon who knows how many times, yet the moment I woke up, as you call it, all memory of that period was gone. It was Athena who found us. I was in France, I think. She came to my farm, and the moment I laid eyes on her, I just knew. It all came back. Did someone do that to us? Did we scatter to the winds for 1,000 years on purpose? It's a mystery.
What about Athena? I mean, she's the one who found you, right? She must have been aware.
I still have...
Athena claims she awoke on her own and spent the next century locating the other idols. We've pieced together very little of the gap or of our origins. We simply live with it. Gods we may be, but I'm afraid we don't have all the answers.
Hot take, you can make an argument that the OG Point Break is the first modern action movie. Interesting. How would you define the modern action movie as opposed to, I guess, the old style? Also, a thing that still hasn't really been explained. Eidolons get passed along. We've established that. So this is not the original Apollo. Whatever, that's fine. We got Calliope's Eidolon passed along to us. Why don't we have all of Calliope's memories and stuff? Because, like, as Apollo said there, like, all the memories came flooding back and stuff like that. So it seems other people, other Eidolons, retain the memories, right? They retain the memories of the previous thems, but we haven't. And I know that's on purpose, but I don't know why. But it is a question that's just been sitting in my head for a while now. Like, that's kind of why I was making the jokes. Maybe we're in Awake. Maybe, but why not? It's a very interesting question. Why not? Oh. Huh. Okay. I think that's a good question, Starling. And if that's true, why aren't we awake? Because if we... Okay. So, let's go with the Jedzia to Curzon Dax thing, right? So, I made a joke yesterday about the Eidolon kind of being like the symbiote that gets passed along through in like DS9. With that race whose name I can't remember. It starts with a T. My brain is saying Trillium, and it's not Trillium. Doesn't matter. Trill? It's just Trill? Anyways. They retain their own personalities, but they get all the memories. That's kind of like how that works. And the key point there, now that I'm thinking about it, is when you get awoken, apparently from Apollo, you get all the memories back. If Calliope was attacked by someone, she would have that memory. So why, if we're purposefully not being awoken or whatever, that would be because we would know who attacked us, or we would have all this information. The fact that we're having to do the runaround here to fill in those gaps is the point. Anyways, Die Hard probably gets relegated to an older generation due to its slow burn opening. I think it's probably the greatest 80s action movie of all time, but slow out of the gates. It does have a bit of a slow boil to it.
Earlier you mentioned your son dying. Did I hear that right? Can idols have children?
Zeus had dozens.
Yes.
Didn't he?
Back in ancient times, some of them even became idols themselves.
This game is something strong. This game kicks ass.
Not anymore. Most of our children met terrible ends. A gift of the fates, perhaps. I don't know. The ones who weren't idols... It's hard. Watching your children grow old and die. Never understanding why they can't have the same immortality you do. Why you can't grant it to them. My first son is why I'm not permitted in Hades any longer. Let's simply say that most idols have stopped having children and...
Who was Apollo's first son? I don't know enough Greek mythology. But I will say, it's weird to be so early in the year and possibly come across my game of the year already.
I'd like to know a little more about you. All I know is you live in a dump, you have an oracle, and you...
I'm not sure what to tell you. One day has bled into the next for so long, I feel like I've been lost in the spaces in between.
Oh, we call that the backrooms
Wow,
now.
that's a bit dramatic.
Yeah,
well, call you Nova. Okay, thank you for letting me know.
Once under my purview as a god.
How did that get decided?
So he talks like
Did
your
you have a
Tinder
big
dates?
hat full
You
of
should be
pieces
so
of
lucky.
paper And you all picked at random?
No, we chose them for ourselves. Some, at least. Others were given to us by our priests. We collected godly responsibilities like marbles.
People collect marbles?
Oh, or whatever it is mortals collect these days. Cars, perhaps? The point is...
Pokemon trading cards, thank you very much.
Very seriously.
You must have been very different back when you were a proper god.
I think most of us were. We saw ourselves as, I don't know, teachers. Mortals were our students, and we guided them to enlightenment. We thought we were special, infallible. I was as magnificent as the sun, and I surrounded myself with those who basked in my radiance.
That doesn't sound like you.
Yeah, I was arrogant. If there was a man or woman I desired, then I had to have them, or there would be consequences. You wouldn't have liked me. I wouldn't have liked me.
Character growth.
So what is Persephone's beef with you exactly? Is it just about what Hades did to her?
That's no small thing.
It seems more personal than that.
I mentioned how Persephone's kidnapping almost meant war between Olympus and Hades, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Well, while this was all going on, Persephone managed to escape the underworld, and I'm the one she encountered first.
Oh.
Hades was hot on her heels. And I had a choice. Either do battle with Hades and start the war right then and there, or let him take her back. Zeus would have had my head if I had sparked a war. Yet all I still think of are Persephone's eyes as Hades smugly took back his prisoner.
This feels like something you should say to her.
It's not my finest moment.
Apollo decided to skip the mid and settled settled for a life crisis. Mm-hmm.
Apollo, have you ever tried, I don't know, talking to someone about how you feel?
I will never understand this modern fascination with therapy and focusing on one's feelings.
It might help.
It's
You
just
never
toxic.
Yes, I've tried it.
Fucking boomer.
There was one I used to speak to. Hecate enchanted him never to reveal what I told him. I don't know that unburdening myself to the man helped. He wasn't exactly trained for this sort of problem.
It is kind of hard to relate to a god, sure.
I do appreciate the thought. But I'm afraid muddling through is as good as it gets for us.
That's all I can think of for now. I'll see you around.
Of course. I look forward to it.
He's such an interesting character. Oh, you're also here. Okay.
Fancy party?
I like how we never change clothes, even though it's been multiple days.
Totally not dressed for the occasion? Check. Now, if only I knew what I was supposed to be doing here.
Cheer 100,
Grace,
is this
you
the
made it.
gentleman's
I'm
club?
so glad. I was beginning to wonder.
I mean, this is...
You didn't say this was a fancy party.
This would be the closest we'd probably find. This is Aphrodite's like party.
Button up my shirt. It's fine.
Why is everyone so quiet? You'd think someone died.
Someone did die?
I should have told you about this earlier. I've been putting it off.
I don't like the sound of that. What am I missing?
Let me come boots on. It's gonna get deep in here. Yeah.
No deja vu recollections that aren't your own?
No. Should I have?
Not right away. For a while, you won't remember anything. We call it the veil.
Remember the content warnings. Oh, yeah.
The veil will start to lift, slowly at first, but eventually you'll remember almost everything Calliope did.
Okay, so there we go. Hold on. Just real quick, I do want to point out, well, we should read through the journals, but we'll get to that. For anyone who's new here, there's some booze, there's some stabbings, there's PTSD related to World War II. Someone died at the beginning, that was Calliope. Someone dies towards the ends, and there's some themes of suicide. So, yeah. There you go.
Cheer 100, I'm here for it.
Seems like the sort of thing you should tell a new idol.
New idols are usually choked.
Oops. I can pause?
You would know about this already, except...
Bitch.
Except Calliope was murdered.
Well, remember how old we all are. There are so many memories. So the veil lifts gradually to protect you. Eventually, it's like a flood. It becomes difficult to separate what's you and what's them, and all who came before them.
You were right? Yeah, no, you were. Kinda. Though, interestingly, that doesn't actually take away from my theory, right? Which is, if these memories are eventually going to come back, I'm eventually going to know who stabbed me, or old me, previous me. So, getting rid of me before that happens would be in the best interests of... Yeah, not if I get executed in a week, exactly. So, all of this continues for me to point to Athena. And this feels very much like a, what are they called? Treador? Like, this feels very protecting the masquerade, is kind of where I'm feeling the direction of this going.
You're saying I won't be me. I won't be Grace. Will I start calling myself Calliope?
Maybe. Eventually, most of us do, but most of us were chosen and prepared.
And I didn't choose this.
I understand. Take some time to let it sink in. If you like, we can talk about it later.
What does this have to do with the party?
Aphrodite hasn't been the same since we came to the New World. She has horrific memories of what she endured during the war. Passing on her Eidolon is a way to forget, for a while.
Oh.
That's what this party is for.
Oh, she's gonna Hermes herself. Huh. Interesting. Okay. Well, woof. Okay. Hey, ads are about to play. So maybe go get yourself a drink. I think I might, because I think this next part's gonna be kind of heavy. But go get yourself a drink, a snack, go to the washroom, scream into a pillow, stare into the middle distance, really contemplate life, and we'll be back in like 3-ish minutes. And Morse, you did say you were putting your boots on. Yeah. Oof, okay. Buckle up, everyone.
Okay. Okay, the mass driver. Here's the mass driver. How do I get to the mass driver? So we need to come through around here to this elevator, which brings us up to here, and then I believe we can carry on upwards from there. If that fails, we'll go through these escape pods because I kept the escape pod navigation chip. That one right there. Oh shit. Elevator's not on. Okay, I don't know how to get moon access, so we're not going to do that. Instead, we are going to try and get out the escape pods. I have 55 health. This is going to end badly. Okay. One problem at a time. Fucking phantoms. God damn it. Give me that. What's this? Assault rifle. Rate of fire. That's, I mean, actually. Oh!
Holy shit.
Alright. Cook him with gas.
Well, now you just make me feel
I can go
obsolete.
back. Oh, you know what? It's fine. I'll go back to using the tentacle gun. I wouldn't want to upset you. The monkey's paw is curled.
Well, shit.
You can have it one of two ways. I can be a gun pervert, or I can do effective damage. What do you want?
I'll be rendered obsolete.
So we're just gonna go through and we're gonna hope. Fuck me sideways and. I mean, reach the basement. Wait, hold on. Oh, hey. Hey, us. Holy fuck. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hello. I'm gonna be real here, lady. Oh! Jesus H. Christ in that cracker. I don't know what I expected. Yeah. I swear to God, if there was some other thing where I had to throw some stupid switch to get out, I'm gonna be pissed. Doors just oh my god. Never didn't have it. Alright, we're back. We all buckled up?
When you say she's gonna pass on her Eidolon, you mean...
She's going to die, yes. And pass her soul on to a chosen successor.
In front of everyone?
We're here to help, Grace. To make it easier for Aphrodite to do what she feels she must. We're here to say goodbye. At least for a while.
Interesting. Isn't she part of the chorus? How's that going to work?
This isn't the first time Aphrodite's done this. She's held this kind of gathering before, right?
This is her fourth, I think. Perhaps
Jeez.
fifth.
So every time the veil, whatever you call it, when it starts to lift...
Aphrodite's memories return, and eventually it is too much. We gather to pay our respects and to honor the past. While she still remembers it.
So just to confirm, Aphrodite went through whatever. And instead of processing that in any way, she kills herself and passes it along until the next person doesn't process it. Jesus Christ, they are all boomers. And so if it makes it someone else's problem. Yeah. So yeah, we're basically she passes the buck, so to speak, instead of like confronting and processing those memories. Okay.
Wait.
That sucks for a whole slew of reasons.
That's what you said.
She refused on principle. Everything Calliope did was...
You refused to be any part of this when I played it? Yeah, I'm not into this.
Her sadness. Wallowing in it.
Yeah.
She thought Aphrodite should try harder.
Yeah, actually.
There's a point of contention between them. Aphrodite will be grateful you're here. Trust me.
I'm sorry, but I'm on that page. Not because I don't think people should be allowed to end their lives. I'm fine with that. I think it is a tragedy every time it happens, but like, people got their reasons, and I'm not going to question or judge that. But the fact that they're doing it to not deal with a thing that they could, in time, process and deal with, and instead literally just make it somebody else's problem, that sucks. That I don't like. They're literally taking an easy way out because of the immortality that they kind of have. Oh, this sucks. I don't like this at all.
Do you support what Aphrodite is doing here?
It's not my choice to make, Grace.
Yeah, but you must have an opinion.
Eventually you will remember what we experienced during the war. And eventually you will remember that what Aphrodite experienced was far worse. If this is the mercy she requires, I will not tell her she should not take it.
Yeah, I don't like this.
I don't know, Apollo. I don't like the whole idea.
You want her help, don't you?
Yes, but...
At least speak with Aphrodite before you make a final decision. She's not here just yet. Until she arrives, I suggest mingling.
Read the room?
Yeah, mingling.
Arrows!
Or we can talk more if you like. Just try to relax, Grace.
Sure, yeah. Relax. That's what this party is for, right?
Like, I'm not... Oh, this is weird. Because I once again, I respect the person's right to do with their life as they wish. But this is kind of icky, though, because it's just making it another person's problem. Now, sure, that person has agreed to it, I guess. But it's still just shunting your problem off onto somebody else. That part, I would actually be totally more, like, I'd be totally okay with Aphrodite just wanting to end and not pass along. She's just like, I'm out. Because I can't deal with this, and I'm out. That's fine. It's the fact that they can just hit a reset button and make it somebody else's problem in, like, I don't know, 30 years or whatever the time frame is. Ugh. That's the part I don't like. I love that he's got, like, BDSM top and then fucking slacks.
Grace.
Hey, Eros. Nice to... Oh. Okay.
We're hugging.
Aphrodite will be so happy you're here. It means so much, you have no idea.
Are you okay? You seem a bit...
Yeah, that.
Every time she does this, I don't know how to handle it. I almost want to run upstairs and demand she stop. Remind her that this never works.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I shouldn't unload on you. It's been a bad week.
Hey, I understand. This can't be easy.
She's the one who is suffering. I shouldn't be complaining.
She's making it everyone else's problem, though.
I'm there every day, going through it all with her. The nightmares, the panic attacks, the weeks when she just won't get out of bed. I'm there when she forgets the war's over, and I hold her until the screaming stops. Me. I do that.
That sounds awful.
And now I'm arranging her gathering again, so she can die again. And I'll watch it all again.
See, this is what I'm talking about. That's what I mean. This is why it sucks, is she's making it everyone else's problem. And that's a fucking bummer. Abubakar Salim. I can't pronounce that name properly, I'm sorry. He's yet another person that's been on crit roll, but I think this that was all after this roll. You do know D&D at least somewhat. I'm an enthusiast. I haven't played in a long time. Sure would like to. But I mean, I'm aware of D&D.
Is it okay if I ask what happened? I don't mean to pry, but I'm new. I really don't know.
No, it's okay. I wouldn't usually talk about it, but I know you don't mean any harm. What happened is that Brother Ares happened. He missed out on the first world-spanning war, you see, so he was damned if he'd miss out on the next one. He found some jackbooted mortals, so full of themselves and their supremacy, and he told them about the idols. Then they came for us. Took us completely by surprise. Some they killed, but Aphrodite, her they captured.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, Mords. Oof. Yeah. I like how they're leaving a lot of empty space there with the captured. Because if you were, and anyways, a history buff, and know what jackbooted people he's talking about the Nazis, and what they tended to do to the people that they captured, especially the ones that were, I'm just going to go with genetically atypical. Yeah, that's not great. That's not great. Now he voiced Corellian Larethian, the Archheart chief god of the elves in Greyhawk. I don't... Oh, is this... Wait, is this Baldur's Gate related? Specifically? I will say, I love Eris's voice actor. Whoever they are, I really like them.
Aphrodite was captured, but she's here now. So she must have escaped.
No, she could have just lived through it.
Do you know the name Hephaestus?
No. Should I?
God of smiths. He could make anything, any tool or weapon. He was Aphrodite's husband, and he adored her. When he found out the mortals were torturing her, he went mad. He was determined to save her.
Wait, they tortured her?
Nothing extreme, I'm told.
Mm-hmm.
They were too frightened, but they were also determined to wring every last secret out of her. So, who knows how long that fear would have lasted. Thus, Hephaestus made a deal.
With the, jackbooted guys.
No, with the others.
With their enemies.
Hephaestus helped make the bomb.
What saved her.
Yeah, he helped with the Manhattan Project. I'm going to take a wild swing and guess at that. And Crit Roll, which is basically a standard D&D game until they got big and Wizards of the Coast was like, you can't use their shit anymore. Okay.
Then this deal is how Aphrodite survived.
It's how we all survived. It's what brought us to the new world. Hephaestus saved us all. We never saw him again.
Underdark, Illithid, and Lilith, they all exist until they basically got new names. Right.
Make their precious weapons and never look back. Aphrodite never even got to say goodbye. It's funny, because Aphrodite didn't even like Hephaestus when they were married. She seemed to resent every minute they were together. But now he's all she can think about.
So I guess he didn't, I guess he's not here anymore. Like, he went and worked for the Allies, building their weapons, and she never got to see him again? Which means he didn't make it. But, like, you know, yeah, I get that Crit Roll doesn't really use Wizards of the Coast anymore, or Wizards of the Coast campaign stuff anymore, because Wizards of the Coast have done what they've done. It's also the same reason... Where are they? Hold on. Oh, yeah. Over here. The Adventure Zone, the podcast done by the McElroy brothers, which was based on, originally on a Dungeons & Dragons, like, one-shot campaign. Everything got renamed in that book, and it really bugged me at first until I realized why they did it.
Is there no other way? Does Aphrodite really need to...
To die? I've asked that so many times. She's tried magic, drugs, psychotherapy, meditation, everything we could possibly think of. For a while, she'll deny anything's wrong. It all seems fine, and I start to hope. Maybe this time will be different. Then the nightmares begin, and the memories return. More with each passing day until... I hate it. But I see her agony. I can't deny her this.
Maybe I just don't understand, but... Isn't this... like, suicide?
Some of the idols have committed suicide. They let themselves die without passing on their eidolon.
What happens?
What you'd expect. They're gone. Forever. Mother says she can't do that. She won't. Not until she sees Hephaestus again, I suspect.
Oh, okay.
Not that what's happening here is anything casual. She still has to die for a while.
You sound like you don't approve of what Aphrodite's doing.
What I want is for her to not hurt anymore. What I want is for this to end. She'll ask you to use your power as part of the celebration. Could you use it to inspire her?
I can't force anyone to do anything they don't want to, Eros.
That's not what I'm asking. I believe that...
Oh, Jesus, fucking high stakes, man.
Can't do this any longer. She must see it isn't working. She just needs the strength to try. Or I hope that's all she needs.
Fuck, man. Sure.
I'll try, if you think it'll do some good.
I don't know if it will. find it hard to believe it could get any worse.
Famous last words.
I like how we went from helping a dude get a girlfriend to this.
Right, Grace. And thank you.
Criminy.
I know all these people, Grace. For as long as I can remember, I've known them. Yet sometimes I feel like I don't know any of them at all. Or they me.
I spoke to Eros. He's pretty broken up over all this.
Oh, poor Eros. Each new successor, his hopes rise up once more.
He's apparently a lot of African voices in 2018 Thomas the Tank Engine movie.
Start all over again. It's so different from the olden days.
That's...
Once he was the eternal disaster.
I hope he got paid well for all of them.
Constant vigil over him.
Maybe he feels like he owes her.
I think he's followed her into a dark void and somewhere deep down believes he deserves no better.
You don't enjoy these family gatherings, do you?
Are they family gatherings? Like the sort mortals have?
Yeah.
You call each other sister and brother and mother.
Well, yes, but...
And you've been together like 100 times longer than I lived with my family. All you're missing is a drunk uncle everyone has to apologize for.
That would be Pan. Yes, I feel very much out of place.
Is it Pan? I feel like Ares has some shit to talk about.
Why is that exactly? Wouldn't you feel more like you belonged after 1,000 years together?
Is your assumption that all those centuries...
They're dysfunctional as fuck. Yeah, they're like a giant wasp family.
We get older. We have more to forget. We hold grudges longer. But wiser? No. Not so far.
I should get back out there.
Alright. Is there a way to save? I gotta fix this. My cable's dangling down a little bit and I keep punching it by accident. There's gotta be a better way. Oh, I can just tighten it. There we go. Oh, who's that? Oh, that's the next one. Isn't there a way to save? No.
Gathered once again to see me off.
The game autosaves as it goes.
More than I can say. My loves, my darlings, my dearest friends. And you.
And me.
Oh, my dear sweet thing. I dare not hope that
Wreath and Starlight, bitch, you get out of Nick's stress.
Yet here you are. Yet here she is. Huh.
I don't think this is going to go anywhere.
It's lovely to meet you, Aphrodite. Properly, this time.
Ah, yes. Poor Calliope. Such a loss to us all. I shall miss her dearly.
This is so fucking performative right now.
No, it doesn't bear thinking about. It's too much.
This is
Grace, my lady?
gross.
Muse?
Such a weird facade she's putting on.
Manners I have. Grace, Grace, meet the lovely mortal woman who shall tonight become the new me.
Hi, my name's Venus, and yes, it really is Venus. Nice to meet you, Grace.
We don't need to do this.
Yeah, hi. Nice to meet you.
We'll both be new at this, huh? Maybe we could get together and compare notes if you,
Survive my trial?
Yeah. Lady Aphrodite told me. I shouldn't have brought that up. I'm sorry.
There will be so much time for you lovelies to speak later. Now, we must prepare for my departure.
Are you sure we can't talk first? I really need your help, Aphrodite.
I know you do, my dear. I wish I could be there for you, but I'm afraid my time is up.
That's not
You've shown
true.
such
You're
kindness in coming.
choosing.
I will ask Eros to make himself available to you afterwards. There's nothing I know that he does not. He is my son, my truest friend, my longest love.
Won't he be a little distracted?
Eros has been through this before, Grace. He knows what must be done.
I just want to say, I'm really sorry that this happened to you, that you need to do this.
A babe in our dreary world, and yet already possessed of such earnest purpose.
Weren't you opposed to this, Grace?
Apollo! Oh, you've come after all.
You look remarkably well, cousin.
I wasn't expecting
I've had a great deal
that
of
to
time
play exactly as it
prepare.
did.
I assure you that would not be the case. As for you, Grace, have you gathered the true purpose of tonight's gathering?
To ease your suffering? To forget about what happened?
And escape into the soothing blackness. To swim in Lethean waters, at least for a time.
Does it help?
I don't know. Each Aphrodite before me begged for mercy. This is all I can do for all of us.
No, it doesn't.
Even so, tonight is not about the pain. It is about honoring the memory of what was while that memory still persists. Go, enjoy the gathering, Grace. Tell me when you're ready to begin.
Like, she's putting up such a front right now, and it's so obvious.
I want to apologize again, Grace. I really messed up. It looks like I'll be doing that a lot. Lady Aphrodite said I'm ready, but I don't know.
Don't worry about it. My foot has been lodged firmly in my mouth since this began.
It's a relief to know I won't be the only one. If I can ask, what does it feel like after it happens? Do you feel different?
I'm not sure. It happened so fast I didn't know what to think. Calliope died and then all this happened.
You didn't remember anything? About her? Who she was? She was just gone?
Yeah. Isn't that the point of all this?
I just wanted to be sure. Sometimes it doesn't seem like it could be real.
How do you know Aphrodite exactly?
So I was working at this homeless shelter, right? A couple of years ago, and she came in with one of the older residents. And she was there in this, like, amazing dress. And she's sitting with this guy and really listening to him. Like, they were old friends or something. I just thought, what is someone like her doing in a place like this? So, I just went over and introduced myself.
That's it? Just like that?
Yeah. She came back to the shelter a few times, but by then, I guess she'd taken an interest in me instead.
Are you really okay with all this? You know what's gonna happen, right?
I saw a lot of people in crisis at the shelter. I knew something was wrong with Lady Aphrodite. She's in so much pain, Grace. She won't let you see how much. Eros called me one night desperate. She wouldn't stop screaming. She didn't know where she was. She's a good person, Grace. A good soul. She deserves mercy.
Your name's really Venus, huh?
Everybody asks me that. Even the other idols.
Maybe that's why Lady Aphrodite noticed me in the first place.
That's like her star sign or part of the star sign, right?
It was fated to be. I say it's because my mama was a diehard hippie.
But don't you feel this is wrong? I mean, you're ending your life. It's like some kind of murder-suicide pact.
I don't think of it like that. Lady Aphrodite is
Venus is the Roman counterpart. Thank you.
and I'm not being murdered.
Aren't you? Your life is ending. It's being taken over, swallowed up by Aphrodite's grief.
I'm becoming part of something bigger, something amazing. Or maybe you're right. It'll be terrible, and I'll end up in so much pain I'll regret it.
So why go through with it?
Because Lady Aphrodite needs me. Maybe, just maybe, if I'm added into the
What an
mix of all
optimist.
the people she's been.
Yeah, the Romans just took the Romans absolutely just took the Greek pantheon and like jammed it into their whole thing, and they're like, oh, there's totally parallels, guys. It's all the same. Ha ha ha. Ho, ho. There's a Jupiter, Zeus. I guess yeah. Venus is Aphrodite. Yeah, Mars is Aries, etc. I don't remember all of them, but yeah.
Back again.
No other religion's ever done that, especially not those affiliated with Rome. Pluto and Hades are markedly different, though. Oh, okay.
I don't think I'll have a chance to talk to Aphrodite. Not before, you know.
I was hoping she might have spared a moment.
What should I do?
You have two choices, Grace. Either you do as she asks and sing her to her rest,
At which point Venus won't have Aphrodite's memories yet.
or you somehow convince her to remain with us and hope she's grateful.
I'm aiming for the latter.
Doesn't regret it. Or get angry at me for ruining her party.
Do what you feel is right. It's a risk either way.
Have you spoken with Venus? She seems really...
Nice, earnest, a genuinely good person.
Yeah, I suppose.
It's not an accident. Ever since the war, Aphrodite has sought out the kindest, the most innocent souls to be her successors.
That's just
she chooses
additionally
because
cruel.
She believes that over time, it might make her a better person. A more worthy person.
Wouldn't it be better if she chose people who were, I don't know, more resilient?
I suppose that depends on your definition of strength, Grace.
I should get back out there.
I guess one can be innocent and kind and still be resilient, but like, yeah, maybe somebody who can just like shoulder some trauma, maybe. Pluto had a more tangible realm, the underworld as a spiritual place, and also the physical underworld, the minerals and the metals and gems. Ah, yeah. All right. Well, let's see how this goes.
I have tried so hard, fought for so long, but in the end,
It doesn't even matter.
farewell once again. But before I go, I would like us all
Sorry.
to remember
So sorry.
the sacrifices that brought us here to this strange new world. This time, it is with the help of our lovely muse that we shall be guided. We let them rise. We let it happen. We waited far too long. We thought we
7 unique and different songs, not even counting for... Yeah, it's this one, I assume, yeah.
we were wrong.
Well, buckle up.
Since the beginning we were hidden. We held court from up above. 'Twas the golden age of reason, and I the queen of love. But a plague of hate was spreading, and there were vultures standing by. Before we fell to our knees begging, we fell from the sky. We let them rise, we let it happen.
We waited far too long. We thought we shouldn't intervene. We were wrong. We were wrong.
We sought shelter from the shadows, but were soon ripped from the dark. Those mortal souls that ended us were jealous from the start. They hunted me for power to fuel their psychopathic cause. And once they fell before me and worshipped all I was, they chased me down and threw me in a cage, held me prisoner for so long. I thought I'd win their hearts again. I was wrong. I was wrong. Oh, the power of the idols pounds within your chest. But for now I am in mourning for a love gone unexpressed. He was.
I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea how to play this.
I was a horrid block of ice. A winter's chill that stayed until he made his sacrifice. The man that I ignored saved me when I fell. Yes, the husband I abhorred rescued me from hell.
Does he have a fan of the opera mask?
Thought it was a joke when it was said to me. He struck a deal with our enemy's enemy, made a secret weapon so my captors let me go. He gave up his freedom, leaving just a memory, and this love I'll never know is.
Festus was disabled. Oh, thank you. I was just trying to interpret the stained glass. I need her to sit in her feelings and acknowledge them, and then I need to drag her out. It's a fine line I'm going to try and run.
Story stops there. I've nothing to say. I can't imagine. I feel like a child who grew up too fast. The goddess of love can't get past the past. What good is a flame when everything's out?
But also, I don't know how to play this conversation to make that work. So, we'll see how it goes.
Can't imagine. There's no excuse but mortals can tell. You know, there's no sweet release. It's ongoing. You know, you know. Everyone's here to bid me farewell. Can you imagine? I can imagine.
We're pretty lucky here. Mostly went, well, I'll play it differently next time. Yeah.
I can't forgive the
You had to go and stuck to it. I'm trying to acknowledge her feelings because she's doing all this for a reason, right?
me sleep. I can't let go of what
I'm hoping I have more options.
lost in a moment, lost in a song.
Like, it's all very romantic.
Lost in a moment, lost in a song. Lost in a moment.
If those are all the choices I have, I've completely beefed it, but I was hoping this would be a longer song.
Mother, I've stood by your side, now I no longer see the purpose of love when it tears at the center of me. My arrows are rusty, forget the bow, and I won't be begging you not to go. But when you're away, you leave us a broken home. And you leave me alone, lost in a moment, lost in a song. Lost in a moment, lost in a song. Lost in a moment.
There's fire in you yet. Aphrodite returns, she'll never forget. Finally, we'll be free. Lost in a moment, lost in a song. Lost in a moment, lost in a song. Lost in a moment. Lost in a moment.
I don't think I succeeded in what I wanted.
Lost in a moment.
Mother, is it true? You've chosen to...
Live.
Eat shit, I never doubted myself for a second. Whew.
I'm so sorry for this.
I'm glad there was one more choice at the end there.
And I won't be able
Whew.
My lady, all I ever wanted was for you to be happy. If this is your wish, I'll be with you at every step.
I as well. Always.
I hope none of us regret this choice in the days to come.
I slapped my own hand in a high five so hard it hurts, but I'm very proud of myself. Oh, boy. God, that was a fine line. I didn't know how long that song was going to go, but, like, the thought process on there was, we have to do some remembrance. Like, I couldn't just cut her off at the pass, or she'd be resentful. So I had to let her kind of sit in it for a bit. And then we had to actually pull up her feelings to acknowledge, like, why she's going through all of this. Because you can't just be like, yeah, that shit happened, move on. You're like, yeah, this sucks. I hear you. And then I was like, come on, Hail Mary pass right at the end. Just be like, oh, yeah, but you can do this. You're better than just giving up, right? I'm sweaty. Oh my god, I'm sweaty. Ugh. I don't know how many branches lead to her living versus not, but I do think I am glad I've been going through the process of this, of, like, in a situation like this, like, talk to Eros, talk to Apollo, like, talk to everyone, because if I hadn't talked to Eros at all there, right, if I had just, like, talked to Apollo and just waited for the event to start, Apollo or Eros wouldn't have stepped in there and said his piece, which he deserved to say, right? Like, the fact that we let him talk to us and be like, hey man, this sucks. You don't deserve to have to go through this every time, and you should tell her that. Like, it's not fair to you as well, right? Because what she's doing here, it is putting it on everyone else. And that's not cool. And I don't think she's ever really been presented with that. So the fact that you get to talk to Eros and acknowledge like the suffering that he goes through, I wonder, like, if you don't do that, he's not going to step up in the song, and he's absolutely needed at that part of the song just to be like, hey, I'm not going to stop you, but I need you to know this fucks me up too. So I'm glad I went through that how I did. Ugh.
This is the only way you'll get through it. Together, as a family.
You hammered hard on the fuck your evasiveness you have to deal.
Any chance, Mother? Any at all?
I lost her and I lost the Asterian Hecate path. Both being reasons I want to see you play and see how it worked out. I think I'm doing very well,
Now then,
quote unquote.
You needed my help. No doubt regarding Calliope's death?
Yeah, dog.
Have you any suspicions as to who might be responsible?
Yeah.
Calliope was at the reliquary when she was attacked, but I only know of 3 people who were there.
And you're sure none of them are responsible, Grace?
Mm-hmm.
I thought maybe Medusa, but I've spoken to her and I think it's someone else.
Calliope came to see us that night. She was agitated.
I just wanted your help with Frankie.
But she wouldn't.
Man, I better get to smooch Frankie at the end of this.
She said she had a plan. It must have been the reliquary.
She was frightened, so she knew this was gonna happen. It wasn't a surprise.
It was clear she was involved in something. I just thought it was one of her schemes.
If only we'd known she intended to go to the reliquary.
I have so many journal entries to
How
read.
on earth did she even get in?
She used the key, the one Pan gave her.
Mm-hmm.
When Calliope arrived, she dropped it. Then she laughed and said she'd better not lose it because Pan won't give me another key to the reliquary.
Hell yeah, Venus.
Didn't know it was important.
Well, there's your help, Grace. I can't give you any better.
Come now, Mother. It's time you rested. It's been a long night.
If I don't, I suppose you'll both gang up on me again.
I'm glad that she has Eros and Venus.
Very well.
Like, I like that Venus gets to stick around as well, to just be like a good person to help her. Because, quite frankly, Aphrodite's been surrounded by shitty, snippy gods the whole time. So having a decent fucking human being to be able to sit with her might be exactly what she needed. And quite frankly, is probably, like, probably an avenue that has not actually been explored, because they talked about some of the stuff that she's gone through, right? Like, psychotherapy and stuff. Like, she's done some stuff, but, like, to just have a support network probably hasn't ever really been on the table because of how all these gods act. Right? Because the support network will support you, but also will hold you accountable. That's a good support network. So, because Eros always just did as she asked. So he was enabling the behavior up until this point. Anyways, it's all very interesting. Again, at some point to take over, but much later. Yeah, once Aphrodite has made some peace with who they are, right? Shit, I didn't capture what he said. God damn it. Can someone tell me what he just said to me? I was in the middle of pontificating. I presume we're talking about Pan at this point. Clipping? Thank you, Eno. I do need to... There's no way to review conversation. Like, I can't rewind, I think. No, I can't rewind. So if you could get that for me. Pan sus? I mean, Pan is sus. I still maintain, I don't think... You saw Pan vent. I don't think Pan did a murder. I still am of the position that Pan knows what's going on. Pan knows the answer to everything that's going on here. Like, he knows. But he's trying to wheel and deal. That's his whole thing, is he's just wheeling and dealing. I don't think he did the murder, but I think he was happy or content to let it play out because he's going to get an advantage at the end of it. So, at best, he's going to be... Did they have anything else? That was the only I can go back to. Like, Pan knows what's going on. He can see the cogs all turning. And I think he's just trying to get himself in an advantageous position because that's his whole fucking jam. So I don't think he killed Calliope. I think he assisted in her death inadvertently, but he's not the one who stabbed her. If that makes sense. Like, I think he's just profiting off it. And he was profiting off of us until we fucking called him on it. And I don't think he's ever been, like, pegged like that before. He's probably been pegged, though. So it is interesting. He's not innocent, but I don't think he's guilty in the...
It just doesn't make sense. Pan sent me to the reliquary. If he's involved, why would he do that?
Well, maybe he was hoping you could prove his innocence if you found out what happened there.
I guess. Aren't you the one who first said he was probably guilty?
Worth investigating still. Are you all right, Grace? You seem troubled.
Yeah, I'm gonna die in 5 days, champ.
What you said earlier about Calliope's memories coming back.
He's too busy living a life to actually kill someone, but doesn't mean he didn't mess up. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
4 days? Oh, am I on day 3? Shit.
After you've had some time to digest.
I might do that. Thanks.
You really are amazing, you know that?
Stop it.
Every hurdle, every piece of unpleasant news.
Yeah, 3 is almost over, yeah.
Keep on going. I don't know how you do it.
Don't have much of a fucking choice, man. Yeah, I have no choice.
Helps that I don't have a choice.
I just wish I could see the world through your eyes. Next to you, I feel very... old.
Is it really that bad? Being a literal god, young and hunky forever?
No, it's not that. There are good things, yes, but they come with the not-so-good things as well.
We're gonna have to break Apollo's heart.
Such as having the gift of prophecy, and never being able to act on what you see. I tried, and it only made things worse. So instead, I tried to not want to try, and that's... still not better.
I wish I could help you. I really do.
No, where'd he go?
I know.
Oh no, the game broke.
Got a lot on my plate, though. You know?
I know. I suppose you'll be headed home.
Yeah, I got a Frankie to
Look for
smooch.
Medusa, yeah.
I already did Medusa.
See you soon. Take care.
That's weird. I already talked to Medusa. Even slumped that much. Still abs. Yeah, the man has abs. We're on day 5, actually. So we have one, like, very little time left. Yeah, time has passed, I guess. I'm going to try and talk to Apollo, see if there's extra information. I don't know how this is going to play.
Hello again. I can't remember the last time I had guests so frequently. I did tell you we could discuss your memories and the Eidolon more in depth after the party.
Yeah, let's get some information.
Did you have any questions, or...?
When all these memories start to return, will I feel different?
Well, let's see. It starts as dreams you'll have of places you've never been, people you've never met, fleeting images, feelings. Then they'll appear while you're awake. You'll be eating breakfast and suddenly recall when you last ate something similar in the 17th century. The only difficult part is that eventually it can be hard to differentiate between your life and all those other lives. They blend together.
It does sound confusing.
A little, yeah. And not all the memories will be good ones. It can take time to process.
You said it becomes hard to differentiate your life from the others. How hard, exactly? It'll still be me, right?
Grace, would you say that who...
We are literally a ship of Theseus right now.
Due to your experiences?
I guess so, sure.
Well, you'll have a lot more experiences. They won't feel like someone else's either. It will feel like you did all those things. They will shape who you are now. Just as they shaped Calliope and all those who came before. The good news is, you won't get all the memories. Each time we pass on, the older memories fade.
Interesting.
How many times have you died? Can I ask that?
Well, we call it passing on, meeting the Eidolon, and it's fine. I've passed on 12 times that I can recall.
So your name isn't really Apollo?
Most recently it was Lucas. Everyone Lucas ever knew is gone, however, so these days I prefer Apollo again.
Lucas? Seems weird to think of you as a Lucas.
It was weird for him, too. Much like yourself, Lucas becoming Apollo was somewhat of a surprise.
Sounds like there's a story there. Wait, how is it good that old memories start to fade?
I need to go to bed, but this game is so good.
Grace. If all of those memories returned with perfect clarity, you'd drown in them.
Yeah, but doesn't that mean you've all forgotten so much?
Tell me, how much do you remember from when you were a small child?
Bits and pieces, I guess. Not much.
It's the same for us. The further I try to think back, the more blurry it becomes. I remember the important bits, but little else.
That's a fun...
Some of the really old
simile.
Memories. There's so many mortal stories that get mixed up with them, things my previous selves learned as legends. It becomes hard to tell. It takes time, Grace.
God, that's got to be really interesting to, like, have lived memories of the person you were, but then also, like...
And nothing more.
The education about yourself, right? Because, like, Apollo obviously has these memories of at least 12 lives. But in those 12 lives, those people would have learned about Apollo, the myth? I mean, oh, man.
Tell me about this Lucas. How did he become you? Or is it how you became Apollo?
Apollo had taken to surfing. He left the city without permission and roamed the coast looking for... Well, I'm not sure now. Whatever it was, he found it one night when a giant wave took him down. He was drowning, and I thought, this is finally it. But it wasn't. Lucas saw Apollo struggling and swam out to save him. He pulled us ashore, but it was too late. It took a long time to realize what happened. I didn't return to the city until years later. By then, everyone thought I was Apollo's chosen successor.
So
did Hermes not show up, though?
Huh?
It wasn't easy at first, without memories or anyone to guide me, but no. Nothing like that.
I thought when a god died, Hermes was supposed to show up and there was a whole fucking kit and caboodle that goes with it. So that's interesting as well. That Apollo passed on a beach and no one showed up, no one did anything. And he was fine. Maybe Hermes was also cycling. Hermes died... Hermes' last cycle was a year ago. So unless Hermes cycled in that time too... The pronouns for this conversation are rough. I mean, yeah, but I've watched Doctor Who, so jumping between past and present tense of one's different selves is something I, at least, my brain can handle because I've consumed other media that's done it, but yeah. But the one before that. I mean, yeah, it's true that the one before the current Hermes could have also been cycling, but I don't think that that's true, just because of what Hermes said. The other one seemed to be kind of locked in for a while until he didn't want to be anymore. But I don't know.
Wait, what would have happened if Lucas hadn't tried to rescue you? What if no one was there when you...
When I died, then the Eidolon of Apollo's line would have ended forever, I think.
You think?
Just an oversight by the writers? Maybe. Or maybe there's more to it.
Survive for a time and go wandering.
Maybe what Hermes said isn't exactly true.
They are, though. Stories. It's not something we've had much opportunity to study, but normally death without passing on is how an idol really dies. Forever.
It's a lot to consider. Assuming I'll even have time to worry about it, what with the trial.
Are you assuming Eric?
Hopefully this eases.
Maybe it's what this Hermes does. Yeah, like I said, there's all kinds of like possibilities that sit here unspoken, right? Because yeah, maybe that's just what this Hermes does. Oh God, I'm gonna snooze that. I'm hoping we get through this.
About the war.
I'll burn my 3
Seems to have had a
snoozies.
huge effect on all of you.
I don't think we would have left the old world otherwise. It was home.
From Aphrodite's song, I know Ares betrayed everyone.
Yeah, where's
What
Ares?
did you do?
I caused it. I foresaw what was going to happen, so I tried to prevent it. I told Ares. I figured if the god of war couldn't stop what was to come, then
And that's why he betrayed everyone.
he decided the idols were a lost cause. Because I told him we were.
Awkward.
Has your power ever helped anyone? Even once?
On occasion. The fates are cruel, however, and they don't like being meddled with. My time afterwards was spent helping the survivors, keeping us on the move. If Hephaestus hadn't intervened, we would have all been captured.
Also, the American Gods written by no one. Weird.
Now we assume.
Idea of a fork where the gods were carried over to the New World, but also stay behind.
More than refugees from a war long over, Grace.
Yeah, I have that book somewhere around here. Where's that? I don't know. It's somewhere around here, but it's weird that it doesn't have an author. Ugh.
What happened to the other muses? You mentioned 2 others. Were they lost in the war?
Cleo perished centuries before.
Didn't Miku write it? I don't think Miku wrote American Gods.
Writer sheet spurned.
A different person who turned out to be fucking horrible did.
Personal muse.
It's a running trend in
It was.
written by Hatsune Miku. Oh, right, yes.
Well, it's enough to say her captor didn't survive her for long. Talia, however, was lost to us on the very last day of the war.
Also the author of Harry Potter.
But she just never showed up.
Do you know what happened to her?
We never found out. I worried for years, even hired people to look, but as far as I can tell, she up and vanished.
She's remarkably prolific.
The war had ground her down. I was upset, but not surprised.
Yeah, it turns out there are people who are very good writers or average writers, but can target an audience well, can be awful people. Just coincidentally. It turns out you can be good at a thing and still suck as a person. Doo-doo. Someday someone behind Miku is going to turn out to be a monster and this will all fall apart.
Was it hard for the idols to come to the New World? It's just a place like any other, isn't it?
I don't think it was the place so much as the condition we were in. Shell-shocked, one might
That's
say.
just called PTSD now.
Our entire world had been turned upside down. Suddenly, we had rules. Secrecy was paramount, and
The masquerade cannot be broken.
Some, like my sister Artemis, couldn't abide it.
Yeah, I've heard the name.
Goddess of the hunt. And a wild thing herself. She left, I think. Faded away without a word. As many did in the early days here.
Yeah, pour one out for Artemis.
Athena became even more strict. For our own good, of course, but it hasn't been easy. This city has never felt like home, so much as a temporary shelter.
That's all I can think of for now. I'll see you around.
Of course. I look forward to it.
Okay. Let her mourn by hunting fuckboys with bows and arrows. That is honestly a better... Hey, Hermes.
Grace? I can just call you Grace, right?
That's my name. Where's Freddie?
She went out to get snacks. We were gonna watch TV while we waited, but, well, here you are.
Waited. Were you looking for me?
All over, yeah. Athena sent me to find you, but it wasn't easy. Yeah, you must have been busy.
Yeah, because I stand trial soon.
Right. Right, that makes sense. Anyway, I guess Athena wants to talk? I can zip us over to Olympus anytime, if you're free.
Do I have a choice about seeing Athena? I'm not in the habit of being at anyone's beck and call.
I mean, I guess you could say no, but I wouldn't. If Athena wants something, she's gonna get it eventually. She had that look in her eyes, like she really wants to talk to you.
I bet.
She could always come here. Everyone else does.
Athena entered the mortal world? And now she doesn't do that ever. Can you imagine?
How does Athena manage never entering the mortal world?
She doesn't have to, I guess. Everyone brings her everything she needs. And that creepy owl of hers? Apollo says it's her eyes out in the world. It's everywhere. Watching.
So what, she just never leaves the building?
She'll go to the reliquary and places like that. Just never where mortals are. She wears a toga and calls cars iron horses.
So this is what you do? Ferry people around?
I'm the god of messengers, baby.
Baby.
Travelers, doorways, any kind of transition, really. The old Hermes said that the transition part made even more sense for me.
I love that they're using transition when they are
right?
like a non-binary person. It's just a fun word, bit of wordplay.
Any two doorways anywhere, just like that. So it's super easy to take people wherever. I don't mind.
You say it's easy, but do you like doing all these errands?
Huh. Yeah, I never thought about it. It's nice to have a purpose. Athena is super sweet, and she has a big, important job. Why wouldn't I want to help her out?
You can't be this nice. Are you for real?
Oh, well, the old Hermes used to say that a willingness to serve is more important than a willingness to be served.
You mentioned the old Hermes a lot. You knew him?
Yeah, I was homeless for a while. It wasn't a great time, and he took me in. Everyone's on the same journey, he used to say. Only the roads are different. And then he went on his journey. Man, I still miss him every day.
Wait, isn't he still inside you? Aren't you kind of the same person now?
Not yet. It's only been a year.
Okay, so that's what I'm talking about.
One day. That'd be nice.
All right, I guess I have to go here, but
there's
I
no
think we're
point
gonna,
moving on.
once this transition happens, I
saying,
think we'll be
taking me
okay
to
to
Olympus.
leave.
Okay.
We'll pick this back up on
When you see
Friday.
Freddie, tell her I'm sorry I couldn't stick around for the movie. And mind if I say something?
Sure.
You've changed. I mean, from the person I met when I first came here. When, you know, you got it together really quick.
Again,
I guess.
have not had a choice. Act 3? It'd be super convenient for this to be Act 3. Oh. Oh, I get to pick a second trait. Ooh, I get to pick a second trait. I'm gonna be clever.
There you are, Grace. Do have a seat.
Okay, that was the game's autosave. Okay. We're gonna stop here. We're gonna stop here. This is a perfect time to stop. Perfect time. Also, it's like 12:42 in the morning. I need to go to bed because I still work. But like, oh my god, man, not quite Act 3. No, it'll probably be after this conversation. I have a feeling whatever veiled threat Athena is about to level. And now my camera's over there. God damn it, camera! Make up your fucking mind. Yeah, like that. Pick a lane. Novi ended up staying the whole time. Well, hey, what can I say? This game's awesome. It's super engaging, and I am very charismatic. Oh, yeah, we're gonna have to come back to this on a Friday. Camera's just trying its own thing, man. Yeah, it's going on its own adventure. Yeah, it's even supposed to be pointing up more too. It's supposed to be like up, like there. I don't know, man. It's doing its own thing. Oh, you know what it is? I did punch my monitor earlier. Maybe that was it. Might be a wrap on Friday, depending on how things go. Yeah, I mean, I will, unless it's going super long. If things end up going a bit long on Friday, I'll just play it out. Like, Friday is like the one day of the week where I can stay up late without it being immediately punishing the next day. So, like, if we go to 1 a.m. or whatever on Friday to finish this, that'll be fine. I'm okay with that. But yeah, we're gonna be back on Friday. I assume, like I said, we're probably going to have whatever conversation with Athena, which certainly is going to have a whole bunch of weird, vague threats and like non-speak in them, and then it will probably kick to Act 3. That's my assumption. But I'm gonna tell my own vague. Well, Athena's not gonna make straight up threats. That's not her thing. That's not how she's operating. It's gonna be a lot of stuff that's just like, that was obviously a threat, but in a court of law, there's plausible deniability. You know, something like that. But to tell my own praises, I am super duper proud that we managed to get Asterion a girlfriend, and I'm hella proud that we actually got Aphrodite to stick around. I'm super duper proud that both of those played out the way that I wanted them to, because obviously that's not how they have to play out. So I'm very, very proud of myself for getting that far. But yeah, we are going to be back on Friday with possibly the conclusion of Stray Gods. I don't know. But man, I'm going to have to pick up the DLC for this. I'm going to have to. And then I'm probably going to just throw it on the schedule because this has been so fucking good. But that is going to do it for me tonight. So let's find someone to raid into. Do I know who Anthony Rapp is? That name rings a bell. Let's see, Anthony Rapp. I know that face. He's an American actor and singer who... Oh, he was in Rent, right? What's he famous for? Vintage Baby, Star Trek Discovery, Rent, Scrap, okay. I have not seen Star Trek Discovery because I just didn't own the platform for it. I would love to. Despite the fact that everyone likes to shit on all the new Star Treks for being too woke, because no, we can't enjoy anything nice and progressive. I would love to see all the new Star Treks. The newest one I've seen is the 3rd season of Picard and Lower Decks. I haven't even seen seasons 1 or 2 of Picard, interestingly. Yeah. Oh yeah. No. I know. We know. We know that Star Trek has always been as woke as it could be. That was the point. But I haven't seen any of the new stuff. I've seen a bit of the one with Captain Pike. Like a little bit of it. Is that Strange New Worlds? I think that's Strange New Worlds. Anyways. Whoopi Goldberg about Uhura. Yes. Having a black woman as like important bridge crew was fucking unheard of. Anyways, we're not gonna go down the lane of how people like to shit on their franchises for getting woke because they just became horrible people. Let's find someone to raid into, shall we? And mute the tab. Ugh. You need to watch the rest of the Lower Decks. Oh man, Lower Decks is so fucking good. I haven't seen the newest season yet. Quite frankly, I'm really kind of scooching it out because I know it's also the final season because we're never allowed to have anything nice So like I've seen like a little bit of the last season, but I haven't watched the rest of it, and I don't. Yeah. Anyways, who is up right now? Dr. Mick is playing Vampire Therapist. Oh, okay. We're doing that. We're reading Dr. Mick. Also, hi Max. I assume you were probably lurking all night because I think tonight's Core Keeper night, right? But anyways, feel free to grab a raid message, and we're gonna go say hi to Dr. Mick, who's an actual ass therapist, and he's playing a game called Vampire Therapist, so it's like kind of super duper in his wheelhouse. And he's just an all-around super cool dude. But that is gonna do it for me tonight. Like I said, we will be back on Friday to possibly play the conclusion of Stray Gods, and that's gonna do it for me tonight. So thank you for coming along tonight, and until next time, stay safe, have fun, be kind, and try your best out there. Stay fresh, cheese bags. Good night.